when you look at these teams, they're total opposites right now, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case at the end of the season.
You're right, and when you look at both of these teams, the one common denominator, I think you would say, the non-conference schedule is pretty brutal. When you look at Hanover playing Hope and Shrine and teams like that, and of course, Rose-Hulman playing some very tough non-conference as well. Just got back from Tennessee just a few days ago, playing a couple of really good non-conference opponents. So that part of your schedule is very similar, but the way they're going in conference, polar opposites with Hanover being 3-0 and Rose-Hulman being 0-3. You look at those two teams on paper, and you see, wow, they're both undefeated, but these are two pretty good ball clubs. Hanover has established himself. They have some players that are holdovers from last year. Rose-Hulman, a brand new crew for the most part, trying to find their identity, trying to find their way. So it's going to be an interesting game, as you said.
Well, when you look at Rose-Hulman, they came back from that trip, and they played Washington and Lee right down to the wire. They had the game tied right towards the end. They lose by 4. Same thing with another tough team in New Pals.
Yep.
And when you look at these, they played Manchester very close. So they played the last 3 ball games. They played close. They haven't won, but they played very close. And it's a predominantly a freshman ball club. And when you have that, you're just trying to find out what everybody's role is and how it's going. They're getting better. We're going to see I believe they'll continue to get better, but it's going to be an uphill battle for them, especially this afternoon.
Hanover's a good ball club, and boy, you look at what you expect out of Hanover being the top tier of the conference, and they are there right now, and I think they'll be at the end of the season, nipping at that second and third place in the conference, unless somebody can upset Transy, the big dog. So Rose-Hulman, though, you look at still have an opportunity. You want to get that top 6 slot. You have an uphill road to go. But like you said, they're starting to figure some things out. All that starts with the defensive end. You can see the defensive numbers for Rose-Hulman getting better and better and better. There's the offense. We've got to find a way to bring it along.
And scoring is going to be a big difference for them this season. You're watching the pregame show here from Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. It's Hanover versus Rose-Hulman in women's basketball action. We'll pause for a break. We'll be right back on the Sonic pregame show.
Terre Haute, a great place to stay and play. Restaurants, hotels, motels, and campgrounds, there's something for everyone. Terre Haute is the home away from home for students of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, St. Mary of the Woods College, and Indiana State University, where there are always great educational activities and sporting events. Enjoy the Children's Museum. Terre Haute hosts Blues at the Crossroads Downtown Music Fest, Rib Fest, and the Banks of the Wabash Festival. Plus the HCAC Quarter Midget Championship, open wheel racing at the Action Track, and 5 national college and state high school cross-country championships at the famed Laverne Gibson cross-country course. There's plenty to do and enjoy in Terre Haute, so come stay and play.
Bacon mac and cheese bites are the perfect comfort snack.
I needed some comfort, man. It's been a tough day.
What'd you do?
Well, I only got 10 hours of sleep.
Oh.
Get them while they're hot. Bacon mac and cheese or chili cheese bites are $2.99.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Women's Basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Terre Haute, Indiana, Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. It's Hanover versus Rose-Hulman here from Terre Haute. And when you look at this, at the ball game, Hanover brings in very balanced in scoring, 3 players in double figures. They're seasoned, like you said. They haven't been the top team in the conference the last couple of years, but they have enough to really challenge. We'll see if they can challenge Transylvania for that top spot. I don't know if that's going to work, but at the same time, they played well in conference.
They have, and that's really what you want to do. Your non-conference sets up your conference schedule, gets you ready for the wars and the battles that you're going to face. It's going to be very physical each and every game in your conference schedule, and Hanover is going to be right there in that top 3, and they have talked about balanced scoring, lots of senior leadership, and that makes a difference when you have someone like Alexis Nall who can get you a double-double on average and such. You start to see some of the players that we've seen over the last couple of years come in here to the Holbert Arena and really have fantastic games. And now some of these young ladies are seniors ready to lead their ball club to what they hope would be a deep run in the HCAC tournament.
Hanover at 3-0 in the conference, Transylvania at 3-0 as well, and Transylvania is 9-1 overall, and they're going to end up getting some national ranking before this is all over.
And they had earlier in the season.
They're just at that point where Transylvania is in somewhere in that top 25 area. It's just a matter of where they end up and how well they play down the stretch in conference play. Followed right behind is Bluffton, Franklin, and Defiance, all at 2-1 in the conference. And then Manchester, Earlham, and Mount St. Joe at 1-2. Rose-Hulman and Anderson are the two teams that have yet to win a ball game. Somebody's going to win several, and in the process, Rose-Hulman's going to have a chance to play several of these teams. You play everybody twice. So even that first set where they lost to, let's say, Manchester by 4 points, they're going to have a chance to redeem themselves. So with that extra knowledge and with that understanding, we're seeing Rose-Hulman starting to improve.
The one thing that you look at the schedule for Rose-Hulman, the thing that kind of hurts, and it's early in the conference season, but you see the Defiance and Manchester, both of those were home losses. Yeah. And that's where it's tough. A young team going on the road to play anybody is going to be tough, but you want to win some of those home games. But the team knows they're playing better, and they're playing tough competition each and every game. And like you talked about, they're in ball games. One of the hardest things to learn for a young squad is how to close games out and how to win a game. You would think it'd just be, you just keep playing. No, the fourth quarter, palms get a little sweaty. The basketball rims seem to shrink a little bit. Things get a little nervous, get a little tight. Some tendencies tend to break down. So you have to learn how to win these games. And coaches like yourself, I know you guys got to enjoy that. It's got to be, in some respects for Coach Prevost, you got to think he enjoys the teaching aspect of it. It probably wishes you had a couple more seniors to help balance that out. But the teaching aspect of it that he's been able to do this year probably is in some ways refreshing.
Well, you can look at it multiple ways, and I think you hit one of them is teaching, making sure that you run the drills and run everything to the point where you're improving all the time. And as long as you're seeing improvement with young players, you're going to be fine.
Right.
The issue comes when they get a little older and you don't win. then you have some real problems. But as long as they continue to improve, play hard, share the wins and the losses together, and really have a good time doing it, they'll improve to the point where they'll be right back up towards the top end of the conference. And that's what Coach Prevost wants. And like you said, he's going to see some good things. No one expects them to win. That's the other thing. And so when they do, it's even sweeter as the year would go on. We're looking at both Hanover and Rose-Hulman. And just a few minutes here before we have the starting lineups. You're watching the Sonic Pregame Show. We'll take another break. Welcome to Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
The Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that!
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or crispy tender sandwich plus tots for $2.99.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Women's Basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Terre Haute, Indiana at the Hulbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. Again, this afternoon's ball game. First game, it's the women starting at about 2 o'clock. The men's game will start somewhere near 4 p.m. as we'll have Hanover again as the HCAC takes teams that are both men and women and travels them over the weekend together. It really makes it nice for the universities because they still have the athletic trainer only has to go one place. They don't have to split those. It makes it easier on transportation because you can have one big bus rather than multiple small buses or however they want to do it. It just makes it easier on their athletic program. It cuts costs, allows them to do things, and if they have to spend the night, it's a lot better on just everybody than it is making 2 or 3 trips to do that. So the HCAC, that's the way it works. They'll also play a game with closer schools during the middle of the week. And those will work where the women will go one place and the men will go the exact opposite. They'll pass each other, so to speak, on the way to and from. And that's basically how the schedule goes. You get to play each team twice, and that will change how things go in the conference. We've seen teams at 3-0 and 2-1 and 1-2,
right.
but those teams have to play each other again at the opposing places, and that's an interesting round robin, so to speak.
It really is, and it's fortunate in a lot of respects that you have that home and away aspect, and so you go to someone's place, they nip you on the heels, you get to come back home and play them and try to pay it back. So get a true feel of how the conference goes at the end of the season.
And the top 6 teams play in the conference tournament at the end of the season, both men and women. The top ranked team, or the top team in the conference in the regular season, hosts the conference tournament. We've seen that happen here at Rose-Hulman on a couple different occasions the last few years as the women have been able to host it. The men hosted it once as well.
Right.
And it is a big advantage in that conference tournament to host one.
It is, and when you look at playing on your home floor and you're sleeping in your own beds, your practice routine is very similar. You know your spots on the floor, your home fans are in attendance, everybody's here. It's just a great situation, and a couple years ago, we had Rose men and women hosting at the same time, and it was very taxing on the staff here, but boy, was it a lot of fun. And there's an atmosphere here at the Holborn Arena. The crowds were fantastic, and it was just a fun time. And so we're looking to get back to that status and being able to host conference tournaments again here in the near future. We'd love to do it this year, whether it be the men and the women. A lot of work to be done from now to then, as we're very early in conference schedules for both the women and the men. But that's where we want to get to is being able to host, get that number 1 seed hosted, get the bye, and then also eventually win that championship, conference championship.
I know you have a scene of the crowd. Remember, the students are gone. They won't be back till this next week, and so you're seeing almost all parents. And with that aspect, we're going to pause, take a break, and we'll be right back with the starting lineups. You're watching Rose-Hulman basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
A to Z Construction performs free inspections and free estimates. A to Z welcomes all insurance work, specializing in all roofing systems, plus performing all other aspects of construction and remodeling. A to Z Construction is your Greater Wabash Valley roofing company. Call Shannon Combs for your free roofing inspection today. A to Z Construction, building the future together.
Holiday gifting advice with Cardi B.
If you don't know their size, don't get them a sweater. Give them the gift that always fits. Cash.
Here comes Cardi B, here comes Cardi B. She's gonna make it rain. Turning Pepsi into cash.
You wanna give cash like me this holiday season? Scan your Pepsi, get a match, and give that money forward to whoever you want. Keep the Pepsi, give the cash.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress.
now the starting lineup for
at guard, a senior 5'7" from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 1, Kristen Mills. At guard, a 5'10" senior from Madison, Indiana, number 4, Katie Hartman. At forward, a 5'10" senior from Mount Vernon, Indiana, number 20, Alexis Knoll. At guard, a 5'5" senior from Vivi, Indiana, number 21, Brooke Todd. At forward, a 5'8" junior from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, number 34, Savannah Courtney. The Panthers are led by head coach John Jones and assisted by Chris Hitchcock and Hannah Burrell. And now, the starting lineup for your Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. At guard, a 5'6" freshman from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 14, Nola Wilson. At guard, a 5'7" senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 24, Hannah Woody. At guard, a 6-foot freshman from New Britain, Minnesota, number 33, Caitlin Jester. And at forward, a 5'11" freshman from South Riding, Virginia, number 50, Rose Burnham. And at forward, a 6-foot freshman from Wheeling, Illinois, number 54, Nosa Igihan. The Engineers are led by head coach John Prevost and assisted by Kevin Robinson.
And you saw the starting lineups for both of these teams, and if you're looking at it for Hanover, leading scorer, of course, is Alexis Knoll. She's a senior from Mount Vernon, Indiana, and Mount Vernon High School, averages 16.3 points a game. Also in double figures, Savannah Courtney at 10, and Katie Hartman at 11.8. For Rose-Hulman, leading scorer is Hannah Woody, the senior and the only senior on the ball club, averages 10.5 points a game, as well as looking at some of the others, Nosa Igihan, and she does most of her work on the board. She averages 7.5 rebounds a game and 8.6 points, and she's the inside presence that Rose-Hulman tries to use. Go ahead.
No.
Stepping into the middle is Nosa Igihan, the 6-foot freshman. She'll jump it up for Rose-Hulman and Alexis Knoll for Hanover. Tip is up and controlled by Rose-Hulman. You'll see Rose-Hulman move the ball very effectively. They just need to put the ball in the basket and do a nice job offensively for them to stay in the ball game. Igihan in the low post, turn around, puts it up, can't get it to go, and a rebound comes out to Hanover.
You know, the one thing I was going to say of Igihan, you got to get her to figure out how to play without fouling. She gets in foul trouble a little bit too much, and that young lady is a difference maker when she's on the floor for the Engineers, and that's one thing that it'll come with time.
Have to understand how to play. Three-point shot is up and good for Hanover. Kristen Mills is on the scoreboard, the senior from Turpin High School in Cincinnati. Steal and a score by Katie Hartman and again another steal back-to-back, and immediately Hanover's on the board with 5 points.
And that's a great job by Hanover to come out off the gates pressuring, and this is what you'll see a lot of teams do here in the conference, to pressure Rose-Hulman, especially early.
And for Rose-Hulman, having some inexperience at the guard position makes it difficult for them to bring the ball up the floor.
Right. You also want to try to wear Rose-Hulman down with really only 7 available bodies.
Woody to Igihan, down low, gets it up, and she's fouled. And that's a nice move by the freshman center from Wheeling, Illinois.
Just get into the paint and get it right into the chest of your defender, get that foul, get a couple of free throws. Igihan still working on the free throw stroke as well.
Nosa Igihan, again, a freshman from Wheeling, Illinois, 8.6 points a game and 7.5 rebounds per game.
You know, the one thing is we talked about that free throw stroke, and she'll continue to improve on that area. But you see, this team, you have all 7 players that are playing this year are going to be key contributors down the road as well. She misses both of those. But once again, just learning how to put it all together. And it's tough in conference because we're playing some really tough teams.
Savannah Courtney gives it up to Kristen Mills. Mills, who hit a three-pointer in that first series of plays, and a flurrious advance towards the basket was Hanover. They did a really good job with their pressure. And again, wide open look for Alexis Knoll. She gets the roll and the basket. It's 7-0.
Every time they score a bucket, gets a chance to set up that pressure defense.
Hannah Woody gives it to
Oh,
Iggy
my.
Hahn, and just ran into her. And
Yeah.
Iggy Hahn, hope she's all right. She seems to be okay. And Rose-Hulman with the basketball in the front court. We want to thank our sponsors for today's game, A to Z Construction, the Hamilton Center, and Lynn's Pharmacy, all proud sponsors of Rose-Hulman basketball. Inbounds pass is stolen away, and immediately that's a third turnover, and we haven't even gone 2 minutes. With the basketball, Katie Hartman gives it back up. It's Alexis Nall in the low post. Kick out to Courtney, and Savannah puts that shot in.
You see Hanover 1 through 5. They can all score in a multiple spots on the floor, and it makes it tough to guard.
They break the pressure, have an opportunity, kicks it up. Three-point shot way downtown, can't get it to go. Iggy Hahn with the rebound, she'll put it up. She's hit again, can't get it to go, and the rebound comes out to Hartman. Hanover with the ball, running it down, Mills. Back outside, looked like Savannah Courtney may have traveled with that one, but no call, and Katie Hartman retrieves the errant pass. Again, Hanover showing why they're 3-0. They just came out with a flurry. There's a three-point shot up, no good by Mills. Rebound down low and given up, and who gets it? It's scramble on the floor, picked up. Courtney with it, she'll drive, she'll shoot, and score. Savannah Courtney, timeout Rose-Hulman, as Coach John Prevost wants to settle the troops. We'll take a break as well with an 11-point lead by Hanover.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Women's Basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Folks, we can run down the stats of this ball game, but it doesn't look good for Rose-Hulman right now. As the only thing they really have working for them is there's 2 personal fouls for Hanover, and if you're a John Wooden fan and read a lot of what he talks about, the team with the most fouls at the end of the first half is going to have a lead, and right now 2 fouls for Hanover, none for Rose-Hulman, and Hanover has that 11-point lead. Rose-Hulman breaks the pressure. Desiree Webster into the ball game for Rose-Hulman. Iggy Hahn with the basketball in the low post. Kicks it back up. Shot by Rose Burnham. Can't get it to go. Tipped around almost out of bounds, and Hanover with the loose ball.
Iggy Hahn seeing lots of double teams early in the ball game.
She's going to just have to be physical and take it towards the basket a little more. She shies away just a little bit, and it's altered her shot.
Well, when they rotate the ball, her teammates are going to have to be ready to put it up.
Hanover driving, loose ball picked up by Rose-Hulman, and she doesn't have anybody get rid of it. It finally does. Desiree Webster with the ball, and she'll work it up the court.
Engineers go with a little bit of a smaller lineup right now, which is, you'll see that from time to time as it goes to really a 3-guard lineup as opposed to what looks like a 3-forward lineup.
Burnham feeds down into Iggy Hahn. Turn around, kicks
go.
out. Loose ball picked up by Hannah Woody. Woody has a chance, kicked back out to Burnham. Out to Webster, 3-point shots up and good, and Rose-Hulman's finally on the board.
Big shot by Webster out of a kind of a helter-skelter opportunity there. It's got to see Woody get more aggressive on the offensive end.
Down in the post, and again, substitutions abound for Hanover as well. 3-point shot up and good by Katie Hartman, the senior from Madison, Indiana.
If you move the ball like that, you will get wide open shots. My goodness.
That 2-2-1 press picked up. They broke the press. And now with the drive on the inside, just can't get that shot opportunity for Rose-Hulman was Wilson. Kicked it back out to Woody and now to Webster. Wilson for three, can't get it to go. Rebound bounding up and fought for.
Ooh, boy.
They're going to call a foul this time. And the foul's going to go against Hanover the way
That's
it
an
looks.
interesting foul.
And I'm going to tell you what, it may have knocked the wind out of Nosa Igihan as she's down on the floor for just a little bit. She's tying her shoe, but it
Give
may
herself
be
time.
more than that.
I agree. I totally agree.
She's
She's getting ready to come out. Getting ready to come out.
I know she landed on that basketball.
Yeah.
I was glad she didn't land on the floor, but
yeah,
she's probably not feeling real good right now.
No, and we were close to the Hanover men's team, and a couple of players were mimicking how she went over the back of one of the Hanover. But of course, she's kind of towering over them, and then when she jumps. So it was an interesting call there that we had a foul on Hanover, their third of the game.
Jordan Barlow replaces her in the lineup for Rose-Hulman. Trying to get the ball to Woody down low. They get it outside and do so to Wilson.
Good closeout.
Wilson open from the side. Three-point shots up
Yeah.
and good. Nolo Wilson.
Engineers starting to open it up a little bit offensively.
Feed down inside.
There we go,
To
turnover.
Todd, and a turnover gives the ball to Rose-Hulman. And as we talked about from the start of the ball game, it's a learning process. And for Rose-Hulman, they didn't do very well at the start, but you can see now they've kind of settled down a little bit. They're attacking the offensive end a little bit better, being able to get open shots, and they didn't turn the ball over about the last 4 times down the floor. Hannah Woody, senior, directs this one, throws this one out. Tough pass, went over everybody's head, and a turnover will give the ball to Hanover.
Yeah, unfortunately, nobody was deep. I think Hannah thought somebody was going to release, and nobody did. And it's another turnover. You mentioned that turnover. There we got one. See if we can be solid defensively. Oh, boy, wide open.
Wide open three, and bounding, and a nice job on that rebound for Rose-Hulman's Rose Burnham from South Riding, Virginia. Feed down
Nice
on the low post. Turnaround, shot up and in by Jordan Barlow, the 6'1 freshman from Haven, Kansas.
You can tell all these players that are playing for Rose-Hulman are going to be solid.
And another turnover for Hanover. And right now you can see the defense is starting to lock down for Rose-Hulman. They're playing much, much better.
You take away that, some of these turnovers, and you're looking at maybe take a bucket away from Hanover, a 4-point game as opposed to a 6-point game. That makes a big difference when you're looking at early in the contest. Still 3.5 to go, 3:45 to go here in this first quarter.
Webster to Woody. Woody gives it up to Webster across the 10-second line. And Rose-Hulman starts the offense. Open from the side. Wilson, she'll drive. Kick it back out. Open in the corner. Shots up and in by Jordan Barlow. And Rose-Hulman has closed that 11-point lead down to 4 here in the first period. And Rose-Hulman in a 2-3 zone left somebody wide open. And a rebound. Great block out by Wilson as she gets the ball up to Woody. Woody drives, pulls it back out. And again, good ball movement by Rose-Hulman. Woody on the low post, kicks it back out to Burnham, who drives, shot, and
what a
she's
tough
fouled.
take. Very tough take by Burnham as she got the ball on that left wing close to the baseline and made a nice baseline drive. And I thought that she was going to get pinned under the backboard, but she used her strength to kind of push back to give herself a nice angle at the basket, an opportunity for a 3-point play. Didn't make the bucket, but will get a couple of free throws and picked up the second foul on Hartman. Is that who it is? I can't see. I'm sorry.
Second foul's on 34, and that's Courtney.
Okay.
Savannah Courtney
We'll
with
take
her
it.
second. Burnham puts the first free throw shot in. We want to thank Refreshment Services from Pepsi, Riddell National Bank, Sonic Drive-Ins, the Union Health, and York Automotive, all proud sponsors of Rose-Hulman basketball here on Indiana Sports Network. 2 free throws are in, and the lead's been cut to 2. And Rose-Hulman, the freshman, along with one senior on the floor, have really played well about the last 5 minutes of this quarter.
Rose-Hulman changed defenses around that time as well.
Drives and kicks, shots up from the outside, and a three-point basket by Alexis Knoll.
That's just great ball movement, Herb. You move the ball from side to side. Once again, the defense will break down. I don't care how good the defense is. If you move the ball, the defense will break down eventually.
Potential layup down on the inside, shots up and in. Great ball movement. Jordan Barlow, the recipient of the pass, and she lays it in. Feed down on the low post to Knoll. She doesn't get a chance to shoot. Kick into the outside. They got an open person down on the middle, and they call the foul on the drive.
Yeah, you had about 3 engineers there to collect the foul, but they're going to pick one.
The Union Center for Sports Medicine is proud to be the official sports med provider for Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, and their certified athletic trainer for the Fighting Engineers is Scott Keller. Samir Bavishi, MD, and Jerry Palmer, MD, from the Union Medical Group serve as the team doctors. Union Health, caring for Rose-Hulman athletes. Hanover with a basketball. Triggers it to Knoll in the corner. Alexis passes the ball out, and they'll try to work the offense. Todd gives it back to Mills. Into the ball game is Bloom, who loses the basketball, and Rose-Hulman with it and a chance to tie. Woody, feed down inside.
She had time.
Kick out, reverse, it's Woody, and I thought she was going to put that one up. That's really not a bad shot for her.
Nope.
Good ball movement by Rose-Hulman, and a turnover will give it away. With the drive, shoots and score, another point off a turnover. And Lynette Bloom, the sophomore from St. Anthony, Indiana, picks up that basket.
That's where you want Rose-Hulman to be aggressive offensively. You try to massage this thing close to another turnover right here. Look out. It's going to be close to a 10.
There it is. 10.
There it is. You need to stay aggressive, and especially on the front court, but you want them to stay aggressive. If they're missing shots, they're missing shots to give you a time for an offensive rebound. But once you get the latter 10 seconds of the shot clock, it's going to be harder and harder for this young team to score. You're more prone to turnover. So stay aggressive offensively, especially Hannah Woody. She hasn't attempted a shot yet. I need to see her get into the flow of this offense.
You can really watch John Prevost, and I'm going to say working an official. He's not bad. Three-point shot is up and good by Alexis Knoll.
Look out.
Woody with it, and he's asked to have this grabbing in the process taken away from Rose-Hulman. Cross-court pass, open look, pump fake. Woody's open outside. She passes it around. Again, ball loose on the floor, and Rose-Hulman's going to lose this one. Possession arrow favors Hanover with the held ball.
They were looking down low to Avery Lumen. It was a tough entry pass, and didn't quite have the angle. The defender did a great job of stepping around Lumen as end up getting that jump ball and another turnover. Hanover all of a sudden have stretched the lead out to 8, Herb, with a chance to make it double digits.
Well, it's going to go back and forth. That's what Rose-Hulman would like to see in this one. Not that they don't want to be ahead, but they're going to see it going back and forth. Different style of zone now. Now it's more matchup instead of a 2-3. So multiple defenses. I really like what Coach Prevost's done with this group. Traditionally, just plays man.
That's right.
Knows that he can't just play man with this young group. They have to do some different things.
Got to get that rebound, Herb. Oh, that hurts.
Opportunity, Knoll at the top of the key. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Wide open look in the corner. Shots up. Can't get it to go, and that won't count. It's an 8-point lead for Hanover, but you see the fight in the Engineers. We hope to see more in the second quarter when we return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
It's employee pricing for everyone at York Chevy Buick on US Highway 40 in Brazil. Our Christmas gift to you is 2019 Silverados up to $12,000 off. Buick Encore, $99 a month. Equinoxes as low as $169 per month, and Chevy Trax as low as $99 per month. On US Highway 40 in Brazil, where we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one. You are. You're number one at York.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Women's Basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Very fast-paced game for both of these teams. It's 22-14, and Hanover's been able to apply pressure. They do the entire ball game, whether it's full court or a 2-2-1 or however they're going to do things. A lot of pressure in a zone form by Hanover has caused some problems for Rose-Hulman. Several turnovers have allowed for a couple easy baskets, and those easy baskets effectively allow Hanover to have an 8-point lead, and they have 9 points off a turnover. So that's the big key. If Rose-Hulman can slow down the turnovers, they can pull back into this one and ultimately take a lead.
Decent start offensively for the Engineers, at least for them. That's only the third time all season that they've scored more than 11 points in the first quarter. A turnover there to start the second frame.
Desiree Webster with that turnover, and I'll tell you what, the guards for Rose-Hulman have played pretty well if they can break the initial pressure right at three-quarter court.
Right.
Hanover with the basketball, trying to work against Rose-Hulman's zone. They've had good ball movement. Hartman, cross-court pass. And again, the ball movement is the key for Hanover. They've had open looks if they get the ball movement.
I'd give them their ball movement an A- just to be mean. You don't want to give them an A in the first quarter, do you? I'll give them an A- on principle. Their ball movement's been exquisite.
Brooke Todd travels with it out front, and it'll end up being Rose-Hulman basketball.
Got to give them some wiggle room to improve. You can't just start out with 100%.
Well, the trap they've applied in the backcourt has really caused everybody problems. And it's not like they're super aggressive with it.
Look out. Now attack. Got to attack. Attack.
Get to the basket. Iggy Hahn on the low post. Pivots. Drive. Has it knocked away. And
here's the problem that I have with that right there, Herb. You had Hannah Woody coming right down the middle of the paint. Iggy Hahn on the left block. And she kicked it out to the left wing. Attack. You had a 2-on-1 situation. Go right to that block. Don't pass to the wing to go to the block. You hit it to pass. I need her to just give me a little more. Get right into the offense.
Layup, and it's good. A nice pass off the inbounds, and Nola Wilson scores. Cuts the lead down to 6. Hanover again. Trying to feed it inside. They do. Knoll with an outstanding assist to Kristen Mills, who puts it down.
That is absolutely beautiful. Going from side to side, got it inside, back out into the wing. What you had, 4 passes to an open three-point shot, Herb? Was that about right?
But good, 4 passes, and Rose-Hulman now with the basketball. Woody on the drive. She takes this one up, can't get it to go. Hanover with the rebound and a 9-point lead. Cross-court pass, giving it up to Hartman, who nails the three-pointer. Katie Hartman.
You just hope at some point the baskets dry up a little bit. They are just wet from three-point distance right now. My goodness.
12-point lead, largest lead of the game for Hanover. Woody with the shot, can't get it to roll. It was down and in and then out.
And you have good floor balance defensively, so that was a good shot.
Knoll, another potential assist. She puts it out there, and a rebound comes out to Rose-Hulman, and Wilson pulls it down.
Now, how long can Rose-Hulman stay at this pace?
I don't know, but it's going pretty quick.
It is.
Trying to cross court. She does. Gives it up to Wilson. Now in the low post. It's Lumen. Puts the shot up and in. Avery Lumen, the freshman from Muncie Delta, puts that one in.
She traveled.
Well, they're not calling them today because they missed about 6. They're letting them play, and it's happening right now. Tipped around and picked up by Woody. Nice job as a missed shot outside by Mills.
Webster couldn't get that rebound herself. She kind of tipped it a couple of times and got it to Hannah Woody. Let's attack.
They're leaving Woody open at three-point range. He's just going to have to shoot it. It's just going to have to happen.
Good
down
pass.
Inside, good feed, good basket. And that's the way basketball is supposed to be played, as picking it up was, again, Iggy Hahn. 8-point lead for Hanover. And again, when Rose-Hulman can settle down and get the ball down the court off of a miss instead of off of the make by Hanover, it really helps. Iggy Hahn with the rebound.
a missed shot helps too.
Yeah.
They actually missed a three for a change.
When you miss the shot and Rose-Hulman's able to walk it or bring it up the floor without pressure, that's when Rose-Hulman's been able to close it. On the outside, Woody feeds down. Iggy Hahn in low post. Looked like somebody went through her. Ball's loose, picked up by Hanover, and Kristen Mills will bring it up.
Iggy Hahn about third or fourth time to the deck, a little slower getting up that time.
I'll tell you what, Katie Hartman can shoot the basketball. She puts another one in perfect rhythm.
Nothing slow about her, is it? Boy,
no, it
that
goes
young lady
quickly.
can put it up.
And that's the tough one as you get the ball across 10-second line and you've got a 2-on-1 and your players that normally don't dribble the basketball don't want to attack. That's tough for Rose-Hulman.
Look out.
Feed down inside. She wasn't expecting the pass, and it's a turnover.
You're close to a timeout here.
Nall kicks it back out again. Hartman can't get it to go. Tipped around, and picking the basketball up is Liz Tynan.
They're just a little faster to the ball right now, aren't they? We had an opportunity on that loose ball. We tipped it away. Nobody there to corral it. Just, hand over a little faster to the ball.
John Jones is the coach for Hanover.
Get out of there.
And they just beat the 30-second shot clock, but to no avail. Rebound comes out to Rose-Hulman. Talking about John Jones, he's in his 4th year, and that makes a big difference. Iggy Hahn can't get it as she throws it off the bottom of the rim. The rebound comes out. 10-point lead in the basketball for Hanover. Todd, now they'll feed down inside, out of bounds. And with that out of bounds, we'll have a timeout on the floor. A 10-point lead for Hanover. It's 30-20 here from Rose-Hulman. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
A to Z Construction performs free inspections and free estimates. A to Z welcomes all insurance work, specializing in all roofing systems, plus performing all other aspects of construction and remodeling. A to Z Construction is your Greater Wabash Valley roofing company. Call Shannon Combs for your free roofing inspection today. A to Z Construction, building the future together.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Women's Basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Holbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. And Hanover with a 10-point lead. You can see Rose-Hulman kind of battling back into this one at times, and they're going to have to do a little bit better job on both ends of the floor to do it. Hanover, on the other hand, has done a really nice job. They've played the tempo of the ball game has been all Hanover so far in this one.
It really has, and they're pressuring defensively, speeding Rose-Hulman up. So Rose-Hulman is getting some pretty decent looks, but that's okay with Hanover. I think they would rather give up a few open looks, even if they go down, to play their tempo they want on both ends.
Rose-Hulman with a drive, kicked it back down. They got an open look at the top for Woody. Nice ball reversal, open 3 shot, and can't get it to go. Rebound, scrambled for, fought for, and picked up by Hanover. And they have the numbers on the break. With it, cross, picked up the shot is Nall, and Alexis Nall with another layup.
That's why I'm screaming, get out of there. You want to get down court, set up defensively to keep that from happening. I know you want to try to get the ball and tie it up on the other end, but that's
Woody
even tougher.
Feeds it up to Wilson. Webster to Woody.
Man, Hannah Woody is seeing more space this year than she has since her freshman year, probably. Don't you think?
I really think so.
It's amazing.
Iggy Hahn goes up. She's fouled. She'll go to the line. I think you're right. She has opportunity. She's going to have to pull the trigger.
Absolutely. I'd love to see her, even if she missed 5 in a row. She's not going to airball 5 in a row, but you're getting good looks, and it gives Iggy Hahn and Burnham a chance to clean up the offensive glass. With this Rose-Hulman team hits the offensive glass very well.
Nosa can't get that first one in, and she's missed a couple free throws in this ball game. We want to thank our transportation specialist for Indiana Sports Network is York Automotive, with locations in Brazil, Greencastle, and Crawfordsville. York Automotive. 12-point lead by Hanover as Iggy Hahn misses free throws, and I think that might be something she's going to be working on this week.
Absolutely. She's been working on it since she got on campus, to be honest with you. So it's just a work in progress for her right there. That's the weakest part of her game.
Feed down inside and a turnaround and a nice move that time by number 25. That's Anna Bauer, the freshman from Roncalli in Indianapolis.
If she could make that challenged shot, you just tip your hat and say, good job. It was a tough look.
Rose-Hulman still hasn't broken the 10-second mark, and they
Now
finally
attack.
get it. Down, Iggy Hahn in the corner, kicked back outside, a good ball reversal, and she had that open look. And again, they foul Iggy Hahn in the paint. Foul on Anna Bauer, and with that foul, 2 on Bauer, 2 on the team in this quarter.
You bring in Kat Norman, a 6-foot sophomore, now with some of the foul trouble that you're having for Hanover. Is they don't have very many fouls, but the same individuals are picking up all of them, it seems like.
Barlow into the ball game, and she's a nice addition off the bench as she's been able to score. Reversal, and you can see Rose-Hulman looking to get the ball inside over and over, and they're given opportunity to shoot that 3. Somebody's going to have to pull the trigger. Feed down the corner with the drive. Kick,
just 2
shots up. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Rose-Hulman puts the shot up, and again misses that one as Burnham had the rebound and an open look and just couldn't find the basket. Hanover the basketball. Brooke Todd, she'll pull it back out and set up the offense for the Lady Panthers. Outside to Hartman, stolen away. With it is Wilson. She pumps, and she should have just gone right up and shot it instead of worried about getting her shot blocked. She had the step.
She did.
She could have shot in that one and probably scored. Didn't get a chance to do it.
She rebound at least got fouled at least.
Yep. Rebound out for Hanover with the drive. Can't get it to go. Fought for and picked up by Rose-Hulman. Nice rebound by Barlow. Woody. Wilson. To Burnham. Woody in the corner, feeds down low to Barlow. And again, good ball movement. Got open look. Somebody's going to have to take the shot here. Kicked outside. Woody for 3. She can't get it to go. Rebound out and stolen away. Webster underneath. Kicked back out to Barlow. She can't get it to go. Webster again takes it away. She can play, folks. She's really nice job by the shortest player on the floor as she's battling hard. Burnham gave it up to Barlow. Down in the post. Pump. And she traveled. They're going to call the offensive foul. They said she ran through her.
I guess she did maybe a little bit. So what the referee called it. Okay, but nobody there to kind of help her out, bail her out. She just took dribbles and had her step. And good job defensively to prevent her from getting to the basket. So hey, you just say good job defensively to Hanover. Gave up 3 opportunities and gave up no points.
Nobody's in foul trouble for either team. And again, ball movement has been the key for both Hanover as they're running that baseline cutter all the way through. Wide open look for Hartman. She pulls the trigger, can't get it to go. Rebound, fought for, picked up, and still fought. And I'll tell you what, good effort by both these teams, and Hanover's just a half a step shorter. They get to the ball just a little quicker than what Rose-Hulman has. Open looks. Wilder pulls a shot up and in. Callie Wilder with the shot and score, the freshman from Jennings County High School.
Boy, they've got some freshmen coming off the bench doing some pretty good things, don't they?
They really do. And again, this has been a total team effort by Hanover. They're up by 16. With the drive shot, and that's what she needed to do early on in this was Desiree Webster. She pulled up on one. She learned her lesson. She didn't pull up on that one.
Interesting thing that have seen so far for Rose-Hulman. I talked about only having, really 7-8 available bodies, and Kaylin Jester started this game. She came out early and has not returned. So I think a point of coaching emphasis there by Coach Prevost. There's something that he did not like because she does not look injured to me. So obviously, we could have missed something. But there's something that Coach Prevost didn't like there. And so we'll see probably how she responds in the second half. You would think that she would play in the second half. It's going to be interesting to see how she responds to some stern coaching when they clearly could use her outside shooting in this basketball game.
Really could. We want to thank our sponsors for this afternoon's ball game: A to Z Construction, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Refreshment Services Pepsi, Riddell National Bank, Sonic Drive-In, Union Health, and York Automotive.
Just struggling from the free throw line, the whole team today.
Well, they've missed 6 of them, yeah. I know. And you miss 6 shots, that kind of pulls you back out of this one.
Yeah.
Hanover going for the last shot with Brooke Todd holding on to it. They picked it up to Hartman, back outside. There's a shot up, no good. We'll go to halftime with Hanover leading Rose-Hulman 36-20. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Holiday gifting advice with Cardi B.
If you don't know their size, don't get them a sweater. Give them the gift that always fits: cash.
Here comes Cardi B, here comes Cardi B. She's gonna make it rain, turning Pepsi into cash.
You wanna give cash like me this holiday season? Scan your Pepsi, get a match, and give that money forward to whoever you want. Keep the Pepsi, give the cash.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Women's Basketball on the Indiana Sports Network. It's time for the Halftime Report on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome to the Halftime Report in the women's game between Hanover and Rose-Hulman. It's Hanover 36, Rose-Hulman 20. And we saw some glimpses of what Rose-Hulman's capable of. They just could not do it for an entire first half.
Hard to sustain. And when I look at the way the game has been played, the pace with which Hanover likes to play, and the tempo, the style they like to play. You want to spread it out, pressure you defensively, race up the court, move the ball. When you're on offense, having to play against that trap, and then on defense, having to switch and recover that much, you are expending a lot of energy. And when you only have a limited bench to begin with, makes things that much tougher. I'm not making excuses. I'm just pointing out the obvious here. So Hanover is a beautiful style. If I'm coaching against Rose-Hulman and I have the capability, that's something that we can do, I'm doing that exact thing. I'm pressing them defensively, and I'm moving the ball to make them work, and Rose-Hulman having to work exceedingly hard. We saw the glimpses, like you said, a decent first quarter as far as scoring is concerned. Scored 14 points in that first quarter. Just can't follow it up with a 6 in the second. And that's, some of the tough part for Rose, trying to sustain quarters, sustain halves. You have a good start, but there's not the finish you want to that half, that second quarter offensively. This is just a tough one.
Well, and when you're looking at just statistically what's going on. Hanover throws so many bodies at you at certain points, and it reminds you of what Rose-Hulman did about 2 years ago, where they just kept emptying the bench, and the players played almost the same as the other players that were in the ball game. And from Hanover's perspective, they're playing extremely well. And in his 4th season of coaching is John Jones. He's a Marion grad, but he's done an outstanding job, I think, of really forming a nucleus of players that play the same. They really understand what they're doing. You very seldom see them out of position defensively, but especially from that the pressure that they apply, it's not over-aggressive. They're not picking up a lot of fouls. They move their feet. They play defense with their feet, not their hands, and they've caused all kinds of problems for Rose-Hulman, especially on that defensive side for Hanover. They've just played great here in the first half.
They have, and Hanover, I mentioned it before, I think there are times, obviously you don't want to give up buckets upon buckets, but I think there are times where you're willing to give up the bucket. You mentioned playing defense with your feet, not with your hands, not fouling, not stopping that clock, not stopping your momentum. They'll give up a few buckets here or there to an offensively challenged team to keep the pace and the momentum going, to not make it a herky-jerky, stagnant type of game that would give Rose-Hulman a better shot in this game. If you have tremendous flow in this basketball game, that suits Hanover just fine. So hey, we'll give you an open 3 here and open 3 there, because they're going to dare Rose-Hulman to continue to make those shots. And at this point, this stage, Rose hasn't proven that they can do that yet for 4 quarters. So why not challenge them to do so, and from time to time give up that bucket that maybe in a different game, maybe you would foul the individual and make them reset. So I love the game plan for Hanover, and the execution is right there as well.
The other thing I've seen is from Rose-Hulman's perspective, you're watching John Prevost continue to coach all the time. Even when things aren't going well and he doesn't get a really good call. In one series, he talked to an official, just talked to his back and said, look, you can't let him just grab us all the time. And was he upset? Well, yeah, a little, but he didn't show it in a way that's going to drive that official to do something he doesn't want to do. And at the same time, he's trying to teach and coach the entire time. And that's really what if you're looking, that's what you get paid to do. You get paid to make people better and play better. We can tell from the start of the season to now, we've seen some positive outcomes of how the team has reacted. The difference is they just need to push themselves to a point where they can get a win. And it's going to be very tough to come by when you're playing one of the top teams in the conference this afternoon.
And when you talk about that officiating, that point, as a player, you say, hey, the coach is fighting for me. Let me push a little harder. Let me fight. Let me try to grab this extra rebound. Desiree Webster showing some heart after, not that she didn't show heart. Don't get me wrong. But after you see Coach Prevost fighting for his team, you started to see some moments where the team was really getting after it. So that really does something to a player to see your coach doing that. And so you translate that onto the floor, and the time will come. The time will get better for this team. You need another recruiting class to match this, because this recruiting class is really good. We're going to see in a couple years if these young ladies stay with the game of basketball and can handle the academics and the athletics together. We'll see if they can do that. But if they can do that and they stay with this program, a couple years we'll see how good these building blocks are. But you add another 5-person recruiting class next year and start to stack that up, this team is going to be back. So teams, they're going to take their shots while they can, because Rose-Hulman will be back.
Well, I think they're just improving from week to week. We're at halftime here in the Rose-Hulman Hanover women's basketball game, where Hanover leads Rose-Hulman 36-20. We'll return for more on the halftime report.
The Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that!
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or crispy tender sandwich plus tots for $2.99.
It's employee pricing for everyone at York Chevy Buick on US Highway 40 in Brazil. Our Christmas gift to you is 2019 Silverados up to $12,000 off. Buick Encore, $99 a month. Equinoxes as low as $169 per month. And Chevy Trax as low as $99 per month. On US Highway 40 in Brazil, where we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one. You are. You're number one at York.
This sports program is presented by authority of Wabash Valley Sports and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated in any way without prior written consent of Wabash Valley Sports.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Women's Basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Terre Haute, Indiana, Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology as, again, halftime of the women's game, 36-20. Rose-Hulman trails Hanover, and looking statistically, it's really tough for Rose-Hulman. Hanover's played so well. They've shot the ball very well. 2 players in double figures already. Katie Hartman and Alexis Knoll both have 10 points each.
And you would expect that.
And they shoot well.
Yeah.
Hartman averaging over 10. Knoll at 16 points a game, so very similar. Kristen Mills, 2 of 6 shooting, and she's 2 of 5 from three-point range for 6 points. Savannah Courtney with 4. Lynette Bloom, 2. Callie Wilder, 2. And Anna Bauer, 2. Kat Norman, Brooke Todd, and Liz Tynan all played. For Rose-Hulman, Jordan Barlow with 6 points, leading Rose-Hulman, and coming off the bench to do that. She did a really nice job in the low post, being able to put the basketball in the basket. Nola Wilson with 5, Desiree Webster with 3, Avery Lumen 2, Rose Burnham 2, Nosa Igihan 2. Hannah Woody did not score in the first half, and that's really the person that Rose-Hulman needs to take care of what's going on. And then Kaylin Jester did not score as well, but Hannah Woody needs to have points on the board for Rose-Hulman to have a chance to win.
Well, at least attempts. She only took 3 shots, and when I don't think she came out of the game at all in the first half. If she did, it was for maybe a minute.
And that's also tough too, because
it is.
As the only senior on the ball club, they expect her to play with leadership. She does, but she's going to have to try to take a little bit more control of what's going on for Rose-Hulman to be successful.
Well, we mentioned it. She's getting open looks. Like quite frankly, if you're a person that can score the ball, you can shoot from the outside, and they're giving you that much space, at some point you say, hey, they're disrespecting me. And you have to show them what you can do and who you are. Because like we talked about, she hasn't seen this much space since her freshman, maybe earlier her sophomore year. But here you are, a senior, and they're giving you 3 steps at the 3-point line. That's disrespectful. You got to make them come up on you, and I know there were times where they did, but for the most part, she had plenty of space to put the ball up if she chose. But I know you want to move the ball, work your offense, but there were a lot of spots where Rose-Hulman was aggressive offensively, like I think they need to be this year, but you just didn't see it out of her. And I know I'm picking on her. I'm kind of calling her out on purpose because I know, and we have seen for years, what this young lady is capable of. Hopefully we'll see it here in the second half.
Well, and with that opportunity, Rose-Hulman is just going to have to be consistent in what they do, and then from the defensive aspect, pick up a couple more turnovers, and then offensively eliminate those turnovers.
That's right. And that's a bugaboo for the Engineers this year, over 20, 22, 23 turnovers a game. That's a lot for a team that is this young.
Well, and with that, we'll take a look at the third period of play. You're watching Rose-Hulman basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstadter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
A to Z Construction performs free inspections and free estimates. A to Z welcomes all insurance work, specializing in all roofing systems, plus performing all other aspects of construction and remodeling. A to Z Construction is your Greater Wabash Valley Roofing Company. Call Shannon Combs for your free roofing inspection today. A to Z Construction, building the future together.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Women's Basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Ready to start this third period as both the teams have gathered around their coaches here at the bench. And we'll get ready for the start of this third period. For Rose-Hulman, Desiree Webster, Nola Wilson, Hannah Woody, Rose Burnham, and Nosa Igihan are scheduled to be on the floor. And it looks like most of them are, as the two freshman guards as well as the senior are out there. And so it's 3 guards and 2 forwards. For Hanover, they've just played, like we said earlier, they played an outstanding first half. Move the ball well, shoot the ball well, but defensively they've caused all kinds of problems for Rose-Hulman. We'll see what happens here in this third period. Brooke Todd with the basketball. And Rose-Hulman playing man defense this time. So they were in zone most of the first half, and they went back to the man-to-man. Potential steal, Igihan with the basketball. Breaking away, well, she'll lay it up and in. Nosa Igihan.
And you can see that track speed that young lady has right there is coming out of the halftime break with the turnover in a layup.
They go back to the zone, and piercing it is Katie Hartman for another 3.
I think piercing is a perfect word to use for Hanover scoring out of that zone.
Woody with a basketball.
Look
Double
out.
team, potential steal. Is it? No, they're going to call the foul, and they do on Savannah Courtney.
That was a gift because we were going to get 10 seconds. So we were probably at 9.5 of that 10 count. I was 8.5 of that 10 count. And Courtney picking up her 3rd foul early. Let's see.
Only
her coach gonna let her
player
in.
really in foul trouble on both teams. Woody with the basketball. They're having a hard time breaking this 2-2-1 because they match up with it man, then they trap out of it at certain points, doing a nice job with it. Woody, pump, drive. She should have probably taken that all the way in. They'll give it back out, and Wilson will start it again.
Now you're at 10.
3-point shot up and no good by Nola Wilson. Rebound to Igihan. She should turn around and shot it.
She was off balance, I think, when she corralled that ball onto.
Woody gives it back up to Wilson, and they are moving the basketball. Burnham with it out front.
Got to make something happen.
6. Igihan with the drive. Shot. Can't get it to go.
That's all right.
Hanover, the ball deep down inside. They get a block on a nice shot inside. It'll go back to Rose-Hulman as a nice job. Igihan blocks Alexis Null's shot down on the low post.
Herb, you think engineers need to send somebody on the other end?
I think so. You spread it.
Yeah.
We're a little bit too tight on this one without a lot of movement. Makes it pretty difficult.
Yeah.
They feed it in the middle, and they'll get it to Wilson. Woody.
Look out.
That's the problem.
They're
That's what you
jumping
don't
that
want.
pass. Yeah.
She's too close. Foul on the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot 2, and a nice play by Savannah Courtney with the steal, an attempted layup.
Well, you have the situation where she's on the far side wing on the other side of the court, and you think she's not close enough to jump that pass, and she's reading it. She's looking at the ball handler's eyes, and as soon as you pick up that ball to commit, boom, she takes off, she steals that pass. That's the second time in this half that Savannah Courtney read the pass. This time she actually got home.
Savannah Courtney, a junior from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, and Franklin County High School. Webster trying to drive with it, gives it up to Woody. Wilson will end up with a basketball. She just breaks that 10-second line. Woody with a basketball, wide open. She'll drive, she'll shovel it up there, can't get it to go. Rebound off the leg of Rose-Hulman's Rose Burnham, and it'll go to Hanover.
Got to stay attached if you're Rose-Hulman. You got to put the ball in the basket. 6 points in that, as I mentioned, in that second quarter of play, and You got to find a way. You'll find a way to make some shots. Getting open looks.
Brooke Todd. She'll feed it inside. Nice dump to Courtney. Open look for three outside to Hartman, and she again nails a three-pointer. Tough inbounding the ball. Here's the difference. Hanover switched their defense, and Rose-Hulman's not aware that the defense they're playing in this full court is a little different each time. And this one is more of a man, let's go get it kind of thing, and Rose-Hulman's not able to get the ball inbound. Burnham with it. Woody.
Now go.
Wilson, still not across the lane. They'll give it up. Woody with it now on the outside, had that open look that we're talking about. Wilson feeds down inside to Igihan, and she tries to feed it back, doesn't get it. Igihan with the steal back, and she scores.
I don't know how she got that ball back, but she did. That was a bad pass. She got the ball back to get the bucket.
Lead is at 20. Kick in the corner. Mills will work off the screen at the high post. Feed down inside to Null. She's fouled in the back from Rose Burnham. We want to thank the Union Center for Sports Medicine. They're a proud sponsor, and they're proud to be the official sports medicine provider for Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. The certified athletic trainer for the Fighting Engineers is Scott Keller. Samir Bavishi, MD, and Jerry Palmer, MD, from the Union Medical Group serve as the team doctors. Union Health, caring for Rose-Hulman athletics. Hanover with a basketball. Feed
Beautiful
inside,
look.
wide open look, and a nice basket by Kat Norman, a forward from Columbus North High School in Indiana.
They picked Igihan off with a screen, and Norman was wide open. Jester back in the game. I got my eye on her to see how she does here. Need a response out of her.
Webster with it and give it back up. Feed to the inside. Igihan drives, shoots, and scores.
One pivot, one dribble, and up. A very strong move by Igihan right there.
And she needs to do that. A really nice move, taking the basketball hard to the rim.
Yeah, this is a young lady that, she's going to continue to improve. Very athletically gifted, very long and athletic young lady, and very strong as well. I'm telling you, that free throw shooting will improve over time. She's going to get there because she's working at it. I know that for a fact. She is working at it, so that will improve.
And right now, everybody's going to go, well, she's going to need to improve shooting free throws. She is, but she does a lot of other good things.
That's right.
Defensively, she's a presence. And the last two moves she's made on the offensive end have been really solid. Rose-Hulman with the basketball.
She's going to be a big-time scorer for Rose.
Webster looking inside for the feed. Has her open and didn't get the ball in the low post. Burnham, cross. Woody open for three. Can she get it? Nope. Bounds off and tipped out of bounds. It'll go to Hanover.
But she's got to continue to shoot that ball. First of all, it was 5 on the shot clock, so she had to put it up. If it was 25 on the shot clock, I would have wanted her to shoot that shot. She's open. She's a capable shooter. She's the senior leader. Got to put it up. Can't be timid.
Hanover with a basketball. And again, they're going to move it up. Hartman to Mills.
Boy, that
using
corner.
that high screen.
Hartman's ready.
Feed down inside. There it is again. And I'll tell you what, Brooke Todd hasn't scored, but super great feeds on the inside as she gives it up to Kat Norman, who easily lays it in. Rose-Hulman breaks the pressure. They've got a chance, and they'll pull it out and start the offense.
Somebody help her.
Barlow with it to Webster. Barlow. Jester fed it inside. Webster shoots the ball, has it easily blocked outside and traveled with it.
So you'll get a foul. No, Jester with the foul, a little push. Not a good offensive sequence right there for the Engineers. That was a very, very ragged looking possession. It was a TV timeout.
And we'll take that TV timeout. A 22-point lead for Hanover. We're here at Rose-Hulman, and you're watching Indiana Sports Network.
The Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time, that.
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or crispy tender sandwich plus tots for $2.99.
Holiday gifting advice with Cardi B.
If you don't know their size, don't get them a sweater. Give them the gift that always fits. Cash.
Here comes Cardi B, here comes Cardi B. She's gonna make it rain. Turning Pepsi into cash.
You want to give cash like me this holiday season? Scan your Pepsi, get a match, and give that money forward to whoever you want. Keep the Pepsi, give the cash.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Women's Basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Rose-Hulman, and Hanover in command and control of this ball game here in the third period, up by 22, and they've just done a nice job, just consistent play by the Lady Panthers.
Just very consistent. That's a perfect word to describe the way that Hanover has played in this game, whether it be offensively or defensively. The continuity, the pace, the constant barrage, the attack, offensively and defensively. They're just, you don't get a second to breathe with this group.
And they're not out of control.
No.
The best, they're not reaching. A lot of movement by their feet. They try to intercept passes instead of take it from you. It's a really solid defensive effort by the Lady Panthers in this afternoon's ball game.
Speaking of feet, I just noticed Coach Jones looks to have a boot on his right foot. Little injury there.
Yeah, that can be that way.
Well,
when people get older, they tend to have injuries. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you who's not injured, and that's Kristen Mills as she pounds in another three. Feeds to Woody. They got a chance. Here comes Jester. 3-on-1.
There you go.
Kicks down inside. Barlow can't get the bucket to go. She had an open look.
Yeah, sometimes those things just happen. A little bit tentative on that 3-on-2 situation, but still they did go toward the basket, so you got to take it.
Drive and a nice block on the inside by Rose Burnham on Wilder. Again, Rose-Hulman pulling it up. Webster back out. Outside to Burnham and Jester. Woody with the basketball.
Move it.
They're going to call a foul, a low post off of the move down below. They're going to call it on Wilder, and Rose-Hulman will have the basketball. And again, now you're seeing a lot of subs for Hanover as well in this ball game. They're up, they're in a commanding control of the ball game, and Hanover's trying to get everybody in the ball game to work on it. Inlet pass, gives it up to Barlow, and they'll start the offense. Woody with it. Outside to Wilson. Feeds it down low, and two people are on her, and that's one of those where you don't want to feed that one. They did cause the turnover.
And you're getting the post feed from one of your forwards that you want to fake the pass to make a pass, but even that fake is televised. I mean, you know what's coming, so swing that ball and reset something on the other side.
Driving on the outside is Mills. Beautiful. Feed down inside, a beautiful feed, and a layup. Wow. This time goes to Callie Wilder.
And you see when they have that 2-on-1 opportunity, the speed with which they attack the basket is not tentative.
Jester gives it back outside, and Barlow will help start the offense. Hannah Woody. Looking inside to Lumen. Again, Lumen's double teamed. If they get a good ball reversal that's open, Barlow for two can't do it. And Hanover with the rebound. Nice job by Wilder pulling that one down. Feed on the outside. There's an open three again for Kristen Mills. So the young lady can shoot the basketball. Timeout, Rose-Hulman. We'll take one as well. You're watching Rose-Hulman basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
A to Z Construction performs free inspections and free estimates. A to Z welcomes all insurance work, specializing in all roofing systems, plus performing all other aspects of construction and remodeling. A to Z Construction is your Greater Wabash Valley roofing company. Call Shannon Combs for your free roofing inspection today. A to Z Construction, building the future together.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Women's Basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back. You can see John Prevost really talking to his young ladies, trying to get them to do a couple things differently and learn from their mistakes. They're going to make them. Every team makes mistakes. He just wants to make sure they don't continue to make the same one. And you can see he's not blown a gasket or anything. He just wants to make sure that they are doing the right things. The other thing you can watch is these young ladies, as intelligent as they are, they understand the predicament they're in and how they need to respond, and they're trying their very best to do that. And
they are.
With that understanding, they're going to get a lot better throughout the year.
They are. They're. You can see the improvement. It's just tough to see, to see the results of improvement when you're playing teams like Hanover. It's just tough because they're a very good team, experienced team. You just can't have that coming out that timeout.
With the drive, the shot, and the foul on the way, Brooke Todd will go to the line. She'll shoot two.
I do like the foul, though.
Got to make sure they don't get it above the shoulders. That's the way it works. Folks, transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with locations in Brazil, Greencastle, and Crawfordsville. Our camera operators for today's game, Kanan Harper, Amy Metcalf, and Carl Ellis. And when you're talking about those three that do a lot of work for us here at Indiana Sports Network. We have 2 mobile cameras that we use, as well as our stationary up above, so we give you better angles than almost anybody else in the HCAC, and I think they do a great job in getting the pictures you're going to see. Tony Harper is the production supervisor and owns this one. 3-point shot up and good, this time by Nola Wilson. If you'd like to advertise on Indiana Sports Network, give us a call on the internet, and when I say that, just ask for one, we'll do it. Driving and going to the hole, number 15 for Hanover, is Amanda Butler, a senior guard from Eastern Green High School. That's not too far away from here. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Again, Hanover's emptying the bench, and with that, several of these young ladies are not the starters for Hanover, but they're really not a lot of difference in how they're playing.
No, there isn't. Like you mentioned, they all can do a lot of the same things, whether you're the experienced group or some of the freshmen that are freshman, sophomore, coming off the bench, and you love to see that. And, just continuing the excellence of this program.
And with the made basket, substitution comes in. Nosa Higihan checks back in.
And Rose-Hulman just, at this point, you're just taking your lumps. You're trying to continue to get better. You're seeing this pressure defense that is about as good as you're going to see the whole season. For the rest of the season, you're not going to see much better pressure defense as far as a trap. You're not going to see much better trap than this. And I say much better because I haven't seen them all. But I would dare say, this is the best trap you're going to see the rest of the season.
Pressure defense in a full court, this is the team.
Yeah.
You may see better defense when we say that just in the shot opportunity, and they say she's out of bounds before she got her feet back in catching the ball. Transylvania is pretty solid defensively, but they tend to run man defense in a half court very well, and so that's where they hang their hat. Hanover, though, with this pressure, they're going to cause pressure and a lot of problems for people in the HCAC because not everybody runs full court press in women's basketball. They just do an outstanding job with it.
But when you have the depth that Hanover has with Coach Jones, but also you have this much speed. They have a lot of speed on this roster, Herb. And so when you have the makeup of this roster, you can do, this exact thing that Coach Jones wants to run.
Wilson with a basketball for Rose-Hulman. They'll start the offense. Jester. Kaylin Jester. Cross up, Iggy Hahn, and she's not going to shoot it from out there.
Not yet. Not yet. It's coming, though.
Drive, shot, no good. Rebound, Iggy Hahn. Layup, and she gets the rebound put back.
Put it up on the board, let her go get it. She's in double figures.
Cross court, they're going to feed into low post. Turn around, no good. Rebound to Iggy Hahn. Jester gives it up to Webster. Cross court and tipped out of bounds. It'll still remain Rose-Hulman basketball.
Good idea. It's just a good job by Lynette Bloom to see that pass and tip it out of bounds, make them reset. Plenty of time on the shot clock for Rose-Hulman to get a good shot here.
They'll get it inbounded, and Webster will set it up. Webster looking for Iggy Hahn in a low post. Outside to Wilson. Kick and a drive. Jester with a kick. Good ball movement. Drive. Traveled with it, but they're going to call the blocking foul in the process. Where are they going to give it to her? We're going to see. They gave it to her. They gave her the shot.
All right. They'll take it. I'm not giving it back.
Almost looked like we were watching the Lakers or something. She got that opportunity on that one.
Hey, man, it's been a long time coming. Seeing a good product in Staples Center with the purple and gold.
And the old-fashioned three-point play doesn't work, but man, what hustle.
Almost got there.
She almost got there.
Yep.
Knocked the ball out of bounds, and ball's given back to Hanover. Brooke Todd again, not scoring a lot of points. She just handles the ball and sets the offense and directs the show.
You need that, and she's happy to do so here. At different days, she'll score when she needs to. Keep her out there. Keep her out there.
Feeding that high post, looking for the
No, don't double off that.
Kick in the corner, three-point shots up, no good. Iggy Hahn with the rebound.
Got away with it.
And that's the end of the third period of play with the score 58-33. Hanover with the lead. We'll take a break and come back for this fourth period from Rose-Hulman.
It's employee pricing for everyone at York Chevy Buick on US Highway 40 in Brazil. Our Christmas gift to you is 2019 Silverados up to $12,000 off. Buick Encore, $99 a month. Equinoxes as low as $169 per month. And Chevy Trax as low as $99 per month. On US Highway 40 in Brazil, where we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one. You are. You're number one at York.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Women's Basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Well, we've enjoyed discussing a lot of Indiana basketball, and you didn't get to hear that conversation, but we're having a good time here in Terre Haute. It was snowing and sleeting when I came in. My hair was white, and it wasn't because it was all gray, but it is. So in the process, Rose-Hulman with the basketball, trying to set the offense and trying to score here, see if they can cut into this lead. With the drive, out of bounds, it'll be Rose-Hulman basketball. Shot clock should not have reset, and so they're going to have to talk this one over.
Yeah, they will. Coach Jones will let them know about that, I'm sure. And the referees didn't need the help there, but they'll get that fixed. They do. Interesting that 14 seconds have gone off the game clock. 13 on the shot clock. I know there's some tense there, but it's interesting.
And 5 seconds off that inbounds causes the turnover. Yeah, you know, you'd think, and I'm going to say this, you'd think that we'd get the correct sections, but we're only 1 second off. That's not bad.
And it didn't matter.
No.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Hartman with the basketball. And Katie's been on fire from three-point range. A nice, smooth shot for her. She had an open look there and turned it down. Mills opening. Hartman just fouled on the drive.
Yeah, they got Webster on the arm bar. Before the break, at the end of the third quarter, I'm screaming for no help in that situation. And in the man defense, we have to get to a point where we're not having to help as much. You help, you scramble, you're giving wide open shots. Sometimes you have to trust your defense that's behind you that they really don't need the help that you're trying to give. So play man up in some situations. Is trust the girls behind you and not give up as many wide open looks. Like right now, stay with her.
With
no
the
help.
drive, kicking back, shots up, no good. Rebound, bounded around shot clock violation. That's what they're going to call it, even though it was a loose ball. And Rose-Hulman with the basketball. Kaylin Jester.
Got to set up on this pressure again. Just wear you down, Herb.
Just continues to come at you. And again, they're not reaching. They just stay in good proximity of where the ball is, and they force bad and errant passes.
Wears you down mentally, you know?
Webster with it. Jester out front. Burnham on the drive. Kicks, open look for Webster. She'll put it up, can't get it to go, and rebound comes out to Savannah Courtney. Hartman kicks it up. Three-point shot, no good. Bounding around and picked up by Burnham. Rose Burnham, the freshman from South Riding, Virginia in Freedom High School, has played most of this ball game, and she does a really nice job. Pretty settling presence for Rose-Hulman. Webster, Iggy Hahn over to Wilson.
Put it up.
Back to Jester, back to Iggy Hahn. Down low, puts a shot up, doesn't get it. Rebound, Iggy Hahn. Shot up and good. Double figures for Nosa Iggy Hahn.
Got to be closing in on double figures rebounds as well.
And Hanover's going to slow it way down. She does have a double-double. She's got 10 rebounds, so a solid game for Nosa Iggy Hahn if she could pick up those free throws, because everybody's going to talk to her about it. Ball's tipped out. Jester with it off the loose ball. Rose-Hulman with numbers. Pull up, has an open shot. Shots up, can't get it to go. Was Wilson. Ball's picked, but foul's going to go against Jester.
You know, I like the shot. She was wide open. You put that thing up. And you know, hey, stay aggressive. You mentioned Iggy Hahn with the double-double. That's what the young lady can do when she's on the floor. Has been plagued with foul trouble in several games lately. This time she's not. Has been on the floor her regular minutes, and it has produced as customary. This is she's a very solid player for Rose-Hulman and will be for quite a while.
Hanover with a basketball. Again, still trying to work on it. Iggy Hahn knocks that one away. Courtney still trying to do something with it.
Active
Good ball movement. Good ball movement. Again, Hanover, just a nice job putting it down. The ball's on the floor, and held ball. Possession arrow goes to Hanover. 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Iggy Hahn almost had her in a figure four leg lock. Going for the ball, man. We're going for the ball. But, hey, I love the active hands. Players on the floor diving after the ball, getting after it. That's all you can ask for.
Inside, they'll give the shot up. They need to shoot it quickly. Finally get it up. And nothing but net for Brooke Todd.
At the end of the shot clock. That's hard.
That's the tough one right there. When you get the ball past the 10-second line, have a chance to take it to the basket, and you've got the forward or the center, whichever you want to call, is not comfortable driving with it. Burnham takes a shot, can't get it to go. Barlow took that shot, couldn't get it to go, and the rebound comes out to Hanover.
You know, the important thing about what you just said was that she takes the shot.
Yes, she's
I
open.
love that. Yeah.
Took the shot.
If you're
Tipped
open,
around.
shoot it.
Solid blockouts Four solid blockouts by Rose-Hulman on that one. Advanced, up, shot by Wilson, got it.
You can't make it if you don't take it. You're wide open.
Nola Wilson takes the three-pointer and puts it down, and again, still playing hard are these Fighting Engineers. Shots up and good.
Going to come out by Hanover.
Wilder scored on that one. Hanover calls timeout. 5:39 left to go. We'll take one as well. You're watching Rose-Hulman basketball.
Holiday gifting advice with Cardi B.
If you don't know their size, don't get them a sweater. Give them the gift that always fits. Cash.
Here comes Cardi B, here comes Cardi B. She's gonna make it rain. Turning Pepsi into cash.
Wanna give cash like me this holiday season? Scan your Pepsi, get a match, and give that money forward to whoever you want. Keep the Pepsi, give the cash.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstadter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
The Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value. You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or crispy tender sandwich plus tots for $2.99.
You're watching Rose-Hulman women's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And ball given out. Again, Hanover scored and immediately called timeout. They wanted to talk something over. I don't know what it was, but he saw something he didn't like.
And, you know, the lovely thing about that timeout is that Coach Jones and his staff were able to huddle themselves for the majority of it while the players talked amongst themselves on the bench. Got that senior leadership that you have.
Woody to Jester. Back to Hannah. Woody open three. Got it.
There we go.
And there's what you needed. Hannah needs to have that confidence to put that shot up. Potential travel there. They're letting them go, letting them play through this one.
The little hop skip is not being called today. That's all right.
Kiara McCloskey, the freshman from Powell, Ohio, is in the ball game as well. So they had some substitutions going on. Feed inside, stolen away in a nice play by Jordan Barlow.
Barlow saw that the whole way and stepped through.
Nola Wilson outside. Woody thought about it. She has that open shot. She probably should have handled that one. Tough to feed the ball from the high post down to the low post with that kind of size. She didn't have the duck move working for her. Barlow playing defense. They get the block and the foul, and going to the line for Hanover is going to be number 12, and that's Kat Norman.
You know, you would think that Coach Jones might have said something to the referees. Hanover did not attempt any free throws in the first half. They have in the second. And you know,
Rose-Hulman wasn't really close enough on those outside shots to force any fouls. So the foul situation for Rose-Hulman, they had 2 fouls called on them in the first half. And from that aspect, and really, it hasn't been a super physical game. Hanover had 7 in the first half.
Well, Rose doesn't have that many fouls in the second half either. I mean, it's
feed down to Barlow. Barlow looking, cross, gives it up, down inside, shots up and no good by Rose Burnham, and she'll go to the line. And substitutions back in and out. We're seeing a couple other players we have not seen. Number 11 is Lily Ward, a freshman from Southmont High School up in Crawfordsville, close to my neck of the woods. And then also number 14 is Lynette Bloom, and we saw her earlier in the ball game. She's from Forest Park High School in St. Anthony, Indiana. You know where that is, right? River. Down near the Ohio, and that's where Hanover is. And those kids in southern Indiana will go play at Hanover quite often, and that's what we see. McCloskey handled the ball, and then they'll set the offense.
I wasn't ready for that one. You caught me off guard.
You always like those
I know.
geography lesson things,
You caught
man.
me off guard this
We're
time.
trying. Hanover hustling, picking up the loose ball off the missed shot.
There was a young lady in one of the, you would think she might be, the tumblers might be here today.
Oh, that might be.
So that's what, I was like, oh, I wonder if, I was looking around the skin in the crowd to see if there were more.
And three-point shots up on, and again, Hanover with the rebound, and they really should pull this one out, and they do. Kiara McCloskey doing the job, the freshman from Powell, Ohio. Liz Tynan, and they have a foul off the ball. Fighting for position on the inside. Rose-Hulman's called for a foul. Substitution in. Nosi Igihan back into the ball game, as well as number 45. That's Avery Lumen, the freshman from Muncie, Indiana, and Delta High School. Didn't get the third one in.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you how that works. When you're subbing them in every 5 seconds or so, you get another minute rest if you do it right.
Okay.
Instead of subbing them like 3 at once, you sub one, and then you wait 10, 15 seconds, you sub the second one, wait 10, and that gives you an extra timeout. If you really want to know how that's done, that's why. I've done that before.
Huh.
Not saying that I get tired, but yeah. Try to lengthen it out, help your team. 8 players to play for Rose-Hulman in this ball game. They played 8 the entire time. Igihan with the held ball right in the middle, and the possession arrow favors Rose-Hulman.
There are a few times I wish we could have had all 8 of them out there at the same time. You know, the way Hanover removes this ball, it seems like you need more than 5 to defend them. Just a really well-oiled machine offensively when they really had their foot down, and just really like what Coach Jones has at his disposal this year.
Kayla Somerville, a freshman guard from Fairfield, Ohio, into the ball game. Here with 3 minutes left to go in the ball game. Hannah Woody looking for that low post, can't get it. Igihan out front. Need to replace and get it to the other way. Moving, Igihan on the low post is open. Woody with the drive, can't get it. That's what she needs to do. A nice play by Hannah Woody. Couldn't get the shot to go down. Hanover with a basketball in the front court with the drive, and they'll call the foul. Jester will get called for this one, and looks like she will probably take a seat. Fourth foul. I was one off.
Okay.
My wife says I'm
she
a
still
little
takes
more.
a seat, though.
Yeah, my wife says I'm more than one off most of the time. So
she's probably right.
Wilson comes into the ball game. And number 23, Callie Wilder, the freshman from Jennings County.
So all that I said about Kaylin Jester, was it because of foul trouble in the first half that I didn't notice you had 2 quick ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, folks.
Well, but she got him in the second half. In the third quarter, she picked up 2 right away.
I was thinking maybe that's why she sat in the first half, is because of 2 quick fouls. That wasn't it? Okay, nope. All right.
Feed down on the low post. Lumen, spin. That's a nice post move.
She had 2 on her hip and just went straight to the basket. Strong move.
And a substitution timeout. Okay. And the nice thing about that is the clock really doesn't stop much. They just stop it. She subs in, and somebody takes the ball out of bounds. You continue on.
Subbing in a freshman for a freshman, both of them 6 feet. You know, a couple of nice 6 feet freshmen you got coming in and out of your basketball game. Teach them the Hanover way, right?
That's the way it works. Anna Bauer, the freshman from Roncalli, into the ball game.
Good block again.
Put right back in.
That's what her 3rd block today, maybe?
And off the leg.
Ooh, what are we?
And they're going to call it off of Hanover. It'll go to the other direction, Rose-Hulman basketball. Yeah, they have several freshmen. They're playing in a mop-up role here today. And at the same time, Rose-Hulman played 7 freshmen, folks.
Right.
1 senior's been on the floor for Rose-Hulman. The rest are all freshmen.
You know, you got a couple young ladies that decided they, just when they could, just worry about their studies and you can definitely understand that. And then Woody knocking down another three-pointer. You also have a young lady that's still injured, so that just takes some of your available bodies that you thought you would have this year out of the mix. And so it's a very tough place to try to get a degree and play a sport as well. It's extremely tough, very much tougher than what I could handle. So kudos to those that continue to do that for 4 years. But unfortunately, a couple of young ladies said, hey, I got to just dial in my academics instead. And so, it makes it a little tougher for Coach Prevost with not having a couple of bodies that he thought he would have.
Sure does. With the drive, shot up, out of bounds, and blocked. And again, that's probably Egihan and with another block. And not really able to see that on the stat sheet that we're given. I can't blow it up any further. But she's done a great job. Inbounds pass, a potential layup, get another shot. Egihan with the rebound, and they'll finally call the foul.
Good sportsmanship to help her get up there. It was Kayla Somerville. And Egihan, I'm telling you, she might as well have gotten a cot and a pillow. She's been on the floor so much today. She's just throwing her body in harm's way, trying to make things happen.
And double points for Nosa Egihan as she's picked up, in this case, 12 points on the afternoon. Drive, Egihan in the baseline, couldn't gather it. Shots up and no good by Wilson, and the rebound comes out.
Yeah,
it'll be Rose-Hulman basketball as somebody's foot was on the line. In this case, it happened to be Kayla Somerville, the freshman from Fairfield, Ohio.
I'll say reset the shot clock to 20. Is that what we're saying? Or saying to get a full 30?
Full 30 because the possession was with Hanover. Inbound pass. Woody with the drive, has it stolen away. Picked up by Amanda Butler from Bloomfield in Eastern Green. Post down, tipped out of bounds. It'll still remain Hanover possession. So we're under that minute mark and closing in. Again, a real solid basketball game by the folks from Hanover as they've made the bus trip up to Terre Haute and really done a nice job. There's a potential travel, didn't call it.
Yeah, at this point, just let it go, right?
Shot in the corners, up and good. When it rains, it pours. Lily Ward, a freshman from Southmont, puts that one in. Cross court, gives it up to Wilson, who drives, tries to shoot it up there, can't get it to go. Rebound, held ball, possession arrow is for Hanover.
Oh boy.
You can't say they're not playing hard.
Yeah, I said, oh boy, I just don't want Egihan to get hurt right now with 5 seconds to go. The last thing you want is that young lady to get hurt.
And that's the end of the ball game. Hanover has a convincing 67-48 victory here this afternoon at Rose-Hulman. We'll watch as we go through, and traditionally, again, Coach John Prevost has a routine that they do right after the ball game, and you can see him going through, shaking hands with the opponents. Usually they'll head towards the center of the floor, and we've seen that happen in the past. Again, a real solid effort by Hanover as they pick up the victory, but more importantly, just a real good effort for Rose-Hulman. They continue to improve at certain points, and we'll see if they can do that as well. We'll pause. We'll come back for our post-game response for this one and then get you set for the men's game as Hanover will take on Rose-Hulman in men's basketball at approximately 4 o'clock this afternoon. So, again, we'll come back in just a moment.
We were choosing colors for the house, and and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Women's Basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Terre Haute, Indiana and Hulbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. And Rose-Hulman goes down in defeat to the leading team in the HCAC in Hanover, 67-48. And just a couple brief things. Again, Rose-Hulman had problems handling the basketball early in the ball game. But in the second half, there really wasn't that much going on that Rose-Hulman didn't like, other than they just couldn't find the basket. You just can't score as well as what they need to stay in a ball game with a team like Hanover.
And this is a team that's offensively challenged, and Rose scores a little bit less than 50 points a game. And right there, they were right around their average, and they ended up scoring, 48 points. And at some point, you rely on your defense to keep you close, and when you can't do that against a team like Hanover early, it makes it harder because you're pressing, and then that makes it even harder to score, because teams that are pressing, mentally and physically, typically don't score the ball all that well, and you kind of relax and have a nice flow. I do like the aggression with which Rose-Hulman played today, just on the scoreboard. Just too much distance to really make a go out of this.
And scoring-wise for Hanover, leading all scorers, Katie Hartman with 19, Alexis Knoll with 10, and they held her under her average. But Hartman was just a dead-eye outside. She was 5 of 8 from three-point range. Mills with 9, Wilder 7, Courtney with 6, Norman 5, Todd 4, Ward 2, Bloom 2, Bauer 2, Butler 1, Somerville, Tynan, and McCloskey played and did not score. For Rose-Hulman, Nola Wilson with 13, Nosa Igihan with 12, and a double-double. She had 11 rebounds as well. Jordan Barlow 6, Hannah Woody with 6, Avery Lumen 4, Rose Burnham with 4, Desiree Webster 3, and Kaylin Jester played and did not score. For Rose-Hulman, again, they fall in this one. They're 1-10 on the season, 0-4 in the HCAC. Hanover is now raised their record to 5-5. They're 4-0 in the HCAC. Both of these teams played really tough pre-conference schedules, and we know Hanover has played very well. They're the real deal, and they will try to challenge Transylvania for the top spot in the conference as this season progresses. Rose-Hulman, again, is going to have to try to regroup, see what they can do here in the new year. We know they've improved, and we're wishing the best for the Fighting Engineers and see what's going on. We'll take about a 10-minute break, not off the internet, but we won't be here for about 10 minutes. We'll have the camera set up on the players warming up for both of these teams as we prepare for Hanover and Rose-Hulman in men's basketball action here from the Hulbert Arena. And for my partner, Walt Gordon, I'm Herb King. We'll say so long, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Women's Basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
This sports program is presented by authority of Wabash Valley Sports and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated in any way without prior written consent of Wabash Valley Sports.
Maybe they'll have pizza, right? I don't know.
This sports program is presented by authority of Wabash Valley Sports and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated in any way without prior written consent of Wabash Valley Sports.
Welcome to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the U.S. News & World Report's #1 engineering school in the United States that offers a master's as its highest degree for 20 consecutive years. Rose-Hulman, where you come to find yourself. Find yourself through personal growth, through personal development, through study, research, and invention. Rose-Hulman, your home for academic and athletic excellence.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Terre Haute, Indiana for our second ball game, the men's ball game. It's Hanover against Rose-Hulman, and this one could be a pretty good ball game. Rose-Hulman has started to play well. They won their last 2 ball games. Their best player, Craig McGee, had a triple-double in one of the last ball games that he's played in, the only one in Rose-Hulman history that we know of. He's playing very well, and the Fighting Engineers are starting to gel.
They are, and that's what, you want it to happen at this time of year as you're starting in the beginning of your conference season and very early in HCAC play. You want to be playing good basketball. Interesting thing, as they start to play good basketball, you have the Christmas break. The women had a holiday tournament they played in right after Christmas. The men don't have that, so this is their first game in quite a while. So, the Christmas holiday season has come and gone and settled, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. Are they going to play rejuvenated, or are they going to be a little sluggish, a little, like they've forgotten a few things? So it's going to be interesting to see the Rose-Hulman team that we have on the floor here today.
The conference seems wide open. Multiple teams with 2-1 records, multiple teams with 1-2 records, and everybody's won a game, everybody's lost a game. This is going to be quite a battle for the HCAC this year.
What's interesting is as the top 6 go to the postseason tournament here in the conference, the word that you're going to hear a lot in the latter stages of February are scenarios, because there are going to be a whole bunch of scenarios wherewith a few teams could host, or there'll probably be 3 or 4 teams vying in for that 5th and 6th spot. There are going to be a lot of scenarios at the end of February. I guarantee it. If you talk to the folks around here in school, the word to hear is going to be scenarios.
Nobody's out of it. Nobody's in right now when we start this.
But that's fun that way too, though.
Yeah, oh yeah. Because then it's like, hey, it's like rooting for the Colts. Hey, if this team wins and this team loses, we're in. And this team, well, that sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, as we find out. But in the same process, the Rose-Hulman comes in with a losing record right now of 4-6, but they played an extremely tough schedule outside of conference.
Yeah.
They won against a pretty good Wabash team.
That's right.
In their last outing, and that's the middle of December. So they've had a couple weeks off. Let's hope they didn't eat too much over the break, and they're actually ready to go. And when I say that, that can happen.
Absolutely.
I don't think it did with these guys, but at the same time, yeah, they've had a lot of time off. And with that time off, you can really improve in things like shooting. And that would not hurt Rose-Hulman if they spent a lot of time in those individual drills, and I know they did, getting themselves prepared for this second half of the season.
No matter where you live, I'm sure these guys found a gym. They go back home. You have the gym that you've been practicing out of probably for the last 10 years or so. And they go back home, get in their familiar gym, working with some coaches that they've worked with before, and kind of put yourself in a familiar situation, make you feel good about things, and you come back to Terre Haute and Rose-Hulman, and you put it here on the floor. I firmly expect to see Rose-Hulman put a good product on the floor today, and to me, it all starts with defense. Rose-Hulman, if they play well defensively, that's the area, in my estimation, you got to see some improvement. Defensively is where things are going to be won or lost for Rose-Hulman.
Well, for Rose-Hulman, they played at Manchester in their opening ball game of the conference schedule and lost. They lost to Defiance here at home, and they beat Bluffton on the road. And if you're looking at those teams, Defiance is one of the 2-1 teams, but the other two are part of the 1-2 crew here at the bottom of the page, so to speak. And so Rose-Hulman has a chance. There are 5 teams with 2-1 records and 5 teams with 1-2. And I don't know if I've ever seen that in a conference at the start of it, which means even if the tournament were to start today, you'd have so many scenarios that it would be almost wicked to figure out who's going to actually play in this one. We're in the pregame show here from Rose-Hulman. It's Rose-Hulman against Hanover in HCAC play, a great ball game we're anticipating for this afternoon. We're going to pause and take a break. You're watching the Rose-Hulman basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
Bacon mac and cheese bites are the perfect comfort snack.
I needed some comfort, man. It's been a tough day.
What'd you do?
Well, I only got 10 hours of sleep.
Oh.
Get them while they're hot. Bacon mac and cheese or chili cheese bites are $2.99.
Terre Haute, a great place to stay and play. Restaurants, hotels, motels, and campgrounds. There's something for everyone. Terre Haute is the home away from home for students of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, St. Mary of the Woods College, and Indiana State University, where there are always great educational activities and sporting events. Enjoy the Children's Museum. Terre Haute hosts Blues at the Crossroads Downtown Music Fest, Rib Fest, and the Banks of the Wabash Festival. Plus the HCAC Quarter Midget Championship, open wheel racing at the Action Track, and 5 national college and state high school cross-country championships at the famed Laverne Gibson cross-country course. There's plenty to do and enjoy in Terre Haute, so come stay and play.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Holbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. And again, great ball game we're anticipating. 8-2 is the record for Hanover. They're 2-1 in conference play. Rose-Hulman comes in 4-6 on the season, 1-2 in conference play. But we're still looking for a great ball game in this one because these teams can be considered pretty evenly matched.
They can, and you're going to see that on the floor, I do think, especially early, as teams tend to fill each other out, and then they start to get into a little bit of a flow in the after the first few minutes. But I do think you're going to see both of these teams just flex their muscles offensively. Both of them like to get out in transition, move the pace a little bit. They both like to put the ball up from deep, and you know, whenever you're facing Hanover, you're going to see some guys that can stretch the floor, shoot the ball from deep, and kind of like you saw from the women, I think you're going to see some versatility on the Hanover men's side as well, seeing guys be able to move and operate on multiple spots of the floor.
Hanover has 3 players that average in double figures, and with that opportunity, they're pretty balanced scoring-wise all the time. Right now, Rose-Hulman is balanced as well. It's just they don't have the 3 guys scoring. It all runs through Craig McGee, who's really working on what I would consider to be almost an All-American status at a certain point. He's averaging close to a double-double. He had a triple-double with assists, rebounds, and points scored with 30 points in one ball game. When you're doing that, you're scoring at will. You can really carry a ball club, and he has the chance. As far as how Craig McGee goes, is how as Rose-Hulman will go. He's averaging 18 points a game and 8.5 rebounds from the point guard position. And I don't know if I've ever seen that in college basketball.
Right.
Just does a great job for Rose-Hulman. And as McGee goes, so everybody else does. We'll pause, come right back. You're watching Rose-Hulman basketball.
It's employee pricing for everyone at York Chevy Buick on US Highway 40 in Brazil. Our Christmas gift to you is 2019 Silverados up to $12,000 off. Buick Encore, $99 a month. Equinoxes as low as $169 per month. And Chevy Trax as low as $99 per month. On US Highway 40 in Brazil, where we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one.
You are.
You're number one at York.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
At guard, a 6-foot junior from New Albany, Indiana, number 5, Isaac Hibbard. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Martinsville, Indiana, number 11, Logan Ratz. At guard, a 6'5" junior from Pendleton, Indiana, number 14, Mark Albers. At guard, a 6'2" senior from Greenfield, Indiana, number 21, Blake Robertson. And at forward, a 6'5" senior from Edinburgh, Indiana, number 40, Kevin Williams. The Panthers are coached by John Miller and assisted by Ryan Nowicki and Corey Muchmore. And now, the starting lineup for your Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. At forward, a 6'7" junior from Harrison, Ohio, number 5, Jacob Back. At guard, a 6'2" senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 11, Michael Lake. At guard, a 6-foot junior from Loveland, Ohio, number 15, Craig McGee. At forward, a 6'5" freshman from Fishers, Indiana, number 30, Terry Hicks. And at forward, a 6'5" senior from Bloomfield, Indiana, number 40, Eli Combs. The Engineers are coached by Rusty Lloyd and assisted by John Lester.
So Eli Combs will get the start in the middle. And between Eli and John Zarnecki, those two guys tend to be the inside force. There's some senior leadership within Rose-Hulman. They have a consistent group of players that run all the way through. I think in this one, Rusty Lloyd's done a nice job in recruiting. He has players in every class that have been able to contribute on the floor, and within that there is some depth. The issue is there was not as much playing time given to some of the guys that are currently playing, and a couple of freshmen have been able to break in, just like Terry Hicks, a forward from Fishers, who's averaging 5.6 points a game. Tip is up and controlled by Rose-Hulman, and Craig McGee will start this whole process. Lake and McGee, they'll put the ball inside to Combs. Combs backs down, puts it up, can't get it to go, but a really good look and solid offense in the first series for Rose-Hulman. Rose working that man defense, and it almost looks like a zone. That's the way it's supposed to be run. With it, Hanover on a drive. Ratz back outside, gives it up to Hibbard. Hibbard off the screen, floats one in and gets it to go.
Going to be interesting with matchups today with Hibbard, being guarded by a multitude of players, and Michael Lake drawing the first assignment.
Rose-Hulman will set it up one more time. McGee with a high screen. Kicks it out. And shot up and no good that time by Combs. Back very quickly is Hanover trying to push the ball. They have open looks. They're going to drive the hole. And again, great ball movement, a wide open look for three, and hitting it.
After the help comes the recover. When you're in that situation defensively, the opposition can move the ball, and a few passes later find a wide open shot, just like we saw in the women's game earlier. Logan
Ratz hits that one. And Ratz is a senior from Martinsville, Indiana. McGee off the drive, high off the glass, and it's 5-2.
A lot of Southern Indiana shooters on this Hanover club, isn't there?
There are a bunch of them. They're classic Indiana basketball guards.
Yep.
Using that high screen in a motion-style offense, they just continue to move it.
If you're not
Rats
disciplined,
on the drive, shot up, no good, rebound to back.
if you're not disciplined, you can get caught on a screen. Rose got away with it that time.
McGee will set the offense. High screen. McGee looking. Cross-court pass, gives it up to the freshman. He puts it up. Can't get it to go. Was Terry Hicks, and a rebound comes out to Hanover. Their shooters put the shot up, can't get it to go, and the rebound comes out to number 30, Terry Hicks of Rose-Hulman. McGee, screen and roll, back, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line.
I think he was making a pass. He might get 2 shots out of it, but he was making a pass to you think so?
I think he got fouled on that
I think he was making a pass. We'll take the free throws, though. But you saw that was set up beautifully. You saw Eli Coates diving on that right block, and I think that was going to be, but we'll take it.
And he didn't get that first free throw. And Craig McGee's going, man, put the free throw in. Give me that assist. That opportunity. 5-2, Hanover with the lead here early in the ball game.
Boy, Jacob back, you can see on your screen, folks, just an imposing figure. Just
He got
strong young man.
Got that one in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rose-Hulman brings some bulk off the bench. When I say this, strong, athletic, physical players. Drive, shoots, no good, rebound, and tipped away. Nice job by McGee. Poked it away as Kevin Williams had it on the low block ready to score.
He was a little worried about getting the shot blocked. If it had gone a little faster, he probably would have gotten an and-one opportunity, but Rose setting up defensively here for this possession.
Hanover trying to get it in. They get it in, and they'll set the offense. With it is Rats. Robertson, and now it's Hibbert. Drive, float, got another one. That's an interesting thing because Isaac Hibbert scoring in that. Both of his shots were definitely runners. They were not set. Lob on the inside, hits the rim on that one as Lake didn't get that one to die. Shot it over the top. With the drive, kick back outside. And again, Rats with the ball, trying to move the possession to Robertson, back to Rats and Hibbert. Good ball movement and a nice high screen. Another floater, and he got it. Isaac Hibbert is on fire. He's got 3 of them, all of them just running floaters. He throws it at the basket.
I wish every guard his size had that in their repertoire. I really do. If you have ball handling ability, put that in your repertoire.
McGee, pull up, got it. It's 9-5. Hanover with a 4-point lead.
I don't know how many times Isaac Hibbert has drawn Mark Jackson comparisons, but he kind of reminds me of Mike Jackson getting in the paint and just the little tear drop, the little floater. I love that shot for a smaller guard.
On the inside, it's Williams. Faces, tries to drive, kick outside, wide open look, an odd shot, but pounding it in as Mark Albers from Pendleton.
And that frustrates me. There is no reason for the help. Defense was perfect. Those are the type of helps. If we can stay away from those and not give away the easy shot.
With a 12-5 Hanover lead, timeout's been called. We'll return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
Holiday gifting advice with Cardi B.
If you don't know their size, don't get them a sweater. Give them the gift that always fits. Cash.
Here comes Cardi B, here comes Cardi B. She's gonna make it rain. Turning Pepsi into cash.
Want to give cash like me this holiday season? Scan your Pepsi, get a match, and give that money forward to whoever you want. Keep the Pepsi, give the cash.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstadter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Holbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. 12-5 is the score. Hanover with the lead over Rose-Hulman. And really a couple really good shots by Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, a nice early burst by Hanover the first, 4.5 minutes of this basketball game.
Zarnecki goes in, and there's a big fella in the post, and he just takes it to the hole. John Zarnecki.
Easy pickings right there for John Zarnecki as he went quickly, did not hesitate.
That's a tough one as I'm going to say this because they just walked by with 5 pizzas.
I know.
That's not a good thing.
Oh, man, I'm telling you.
You can see Hanover coach for the women has 5 pizzas. He's walking down, and it looks like the Pied Piper because they're all following down there after the pizzas. A couple parents with them, too. 12-7 is our score. Hanover with the lead and the basketball. Inbound of the ball. Again, Williams trying to work on Zarnecki, and he won't do it.
But the help was coming anyway.
Gun shy on that one. With the drive and the take and a blocked shot. Should have been back, knocked it down.
Yeah.
Kicked back outside. Robertson can't get it to go. Rebound to Albers, and they'll start it over. Rats back to Robertson, to Rats. He's driving. He's going to try to do something with it. Kick out. Set up by Robertson, and he got it. Footwork was the key for that one as Blake Robertson, nice job, had his feet set, and the ball was delivered on time. Back down, scores. Jacob back. 15-9, a 6-point Hanover lead.
You see the style differences for these games with Hanover and Rose-Hulman once again here today.
Rose-Hulman dumps it in the post, and their post players can play. Push off on the inside, didn't call it, but they let him block it. Inside, picked up on a loose ball by Callahan. Zach, who's into the ball game. McGee with a crossover drive, got it blocked. Zarnecki, he's fouled.
You can see with Rose-Hulman, some bigger bodies that Hanover than with what Hanover plays with, and Zarnecki in back, or it was going to be Combs in back or Combs and Zarnecki. Whoever the two bigs are going to have to rebound the basketball, because if you're not going to play small, then you better get the rebounds. And you can see Rusty Lloyd's going to stay with what he wants to do. He's not going to go small, which I thought we would see in other broadcasts. He's proven that he's going to stay with his bigger lineup against these smaller teams, and he's going to try to pound them on the glass.
Max Chaplin, the freshman from Brebeuf High School in Indiana, steps into the ball game for Rose-Hulman.
Now you're going to see Craig McGee to draw the assignment on Hibbert.
Kick back to the outside, feet inside, tipped out of bounds.
Great idea.
It was a nice opportunity, but good play by Zarnecki, who got his hands on the ball and tipped that one out.
Rose-Hulman very fortunate on that.
And Zarnecki's big enough, you just don't realize how long his arms are, as he did a nice job pounding it inside. Zarnecki. Callahan back outside. McGee pops it down inside the back. He saves it. Tipped around and picked up by Hanover. There's nothing he could do. Back had to do that. And a good, solid effort, but Hanover ends up with the ball. With the drive. Everybody's
look
on
out.
it.
Woo-hoo. Be careful there.
A lot of contact. At least we didn't get up and ride that one and get somebody hurt. Everybody just went down. Back picks up his first foul. He'll take a quick seat. In comes Eli Combs. So Combs and Zarnecki in a low post, a huge advantage for Rose-Hulman as they are the big physical players, and Hanover's going to have to match up a little differently, and into the ball game comes a different one. Shot by the guards up, and Rose-Hulman battles for it and tips it out of bounds. They fight each other for it.
That's when you have to have, as Trey Wert's not available for today's game, as he's battling a little flu bug. I heard it was pretty sick, and he's over there on street clothes at the end of the bench.
It happens. This is the time of the year.
Yeah.
With the shot, nice fadeaway. 14 with that one is Mark Albers, the 6'5" junior from Pendleton.
Oh, boy.
Save inside, and a great play that time by Logan Ratz as he stole the ball and threw it back in bounds to one of his fellow teammates for Hanover.
This is trouble.
Hook. Should have called the hook on that one. They missed him.
Good job by Max Chaplin to stay with it. I would have loved to see Hanover not bring the screen, give your senior some, your junior some space to work.
Hanover with the basketball. Fouls are fairly even. 3 for Rose-Hulman, 2 for Hanover. Still trying to do something. Rats with a basketball. They're driving, and there's a kick out. 32 with the shot, can't get it to go, and that was Gavin Hess who's in the ball game for Hanover.
It was a good look, though, wasn't it?
Real good look. McGee with the ball on the right wing.
Stagnant offense right here for Rose-Hulman. Got to get some movement.
Crossover, drive down the lane, puts it up, can't get it to go. Rebound, tipped around, fought for, and picked up by Hanover. With the drive, shot, and he got it.
Sure did.
Really nice move on the inside. Got that one to go. The foul's going to go against Combs.
What a move right there as you got a transition opportunity with Hibbert. And he's able to use that speed and get to the painted area, 3-point play.
Another floating runner as he kicks another one in the hole. And Hibbert's been the one that's caused the problem for Rose-Hulman as a matchup difficulty on the defensive side.
Wow,
Airballed that one, but they said it touched the rim.
Didn't see that coming as being that short. That was surprising.
You're going to have to take two steps and throw it up. McGee takes it off the rim, can't get it to go. Put back and can't get it up. Was 54 Jurek, the freshman from
Good
Chicago.
job, Herb. Good job. I was waiting on you, man. I was waiting on you. You got it. A good job.
Clutch. I didn't even double clutch.
No, you didn't. I'm proud of you.
Pulled it right out.
Man,
Hanover really having trouble. Hibbert throws one up again. Didn't get that one. And a rebound and put back by Hanover. Timeout, Rose-Hulman, as a nice play and a rebound basket by Gavin Hess, the freshman from Beech Grove. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
The Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value. Time that. You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or crispy tender sandwich plus tots for $2.99.
A to Z Construction performs free inspections and free estimates. A to Z welcomes all insurance work, specializing in all roofing systems, plus performing all other aspects of construction and remodeling. A to Z Construction is your Greater Wabash Valley roofing company. Call Shannon Combs for your free roofing inspection today. A to Z Construction, building the future together.
Here comes the pressure defense. I love the wrinkle come out of the timeout.
They jumped it. They said, oh, we're not doing anything. Now they give it. Here's McGee breaking the pressure. Cross-court pass, open look, and knocking it down is Max Chaplin, the freshman from Brebeuf High School.
You can't give him open looks. That's what he's in there for, to knock it down.
Cuts that lead now down to 8. Hibbert caused the problems. McGee now has Hibbert, and he's still trying to weasel his way into the basket. Spin, turnaround, off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound, and they're going to have the foul called on Hanover over the back. The guards for Hanover are very elusive. They get to the rim. Doing a really nice job. 8-point lead for the Panthers. McGee back outside to Callahan. Zach now back to McGee. They're going to set it up and try to use that high screen. They do. McGee pulls outside with the drive. It's Jurek. He gets it to float in.
Hey, you get the die on the butt of the rim and drop one in there, huh?
Vuk Jurek, the freshman from Lane Tech in Chicago, Illinois. Outside to Albers and then back to Hibbert. They've got it in low post. They're going to try to back him down, see if they can do something. With a nice little floater is Connor Washburn, the junior from Fishers.
And Washburn has good size coming off the bench there for Hanover, and nice post move.
Callahan off the drive, floats it up and in.
You want Callahan to be a little more aggressive than he's been at the first part of this season. Last year, you thought, boy, this young man's going to be able to come in the last 2 years and do some big things, and just hasn't quite been there offensively.
Solid defense in a low post that time by Zarnecki as he really caused problems on the inside for Washburn.
Ooh.
Block shot on the outside. Here comes. Crossover, drive down the lane, lays it up and in is 31 Max Chaplin, the freshman from Carmel.
Chaplin, a quick 5 off the bench for Rusty Lloyd's squad, bringing them within 4.
And we talked about this one being a little bit closer than what some people will think, and that's because both these teams have some advantages over the other. Guard play by Hanover, physicality by Rose-Hulman. Another floater, and Zarnecki just yanks that one off the rim.
And that's what he's got to do. If you got a smaller team, you have to win the rebound advantage.
McGee for 3, can't get it to go, and rebound comes out to Hanover.
Step out on him.
Trying to cause some problems. Albers back outside, and here comes Hibbard. Hibbard trying to drive and float. He does it all the time. Washburn back outside, and they'll set the offense one more time. With the fadeaway, can't get it to go. And again, another rebound by Zarnecki. Outlet pass, they had a chance. 3-point shots up, can't get it to go. And taking it in rhythm was Chaplin.
I love it. Vuk yells at him and said, hey, man, come on. I love it. You run down there as a post man, you expect that ball to come your way. Wide open.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well, a 4-point Hanover lead when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, we're really doing this, aren't we? The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
we're really doing this.
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Timeout by Hanover. They really didn't like what was going on as Rose-Hulman just keeps closing in. Substitution for Rose-Hulman. Number 45, Tim Harris into the ballgame, the 6'9 junior from Gary Westside. And I'm going to say he's the defensive specialist. We'll see what he can do down that low post and add a little bit of depth for Rose-Hulman. Man defense, again, still applied by Rose-Hulman in this whole situation. Big, nice. That was a great setup play. And Houston, who came into the ballgame, didn't want that one. He takes this one, though. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes out to the big fella, Tim Harris.
Now run to the rim, Tim.
Screen up top. Lake with the drive, pull up from 10, doesn't get it, tipped around, and Hanover ends up with the ball. Opportunities abound for the Panthers. They take another 3-point shot, and that one's way outside. He stepped on the line, and Rose-Hulman will end up with a turnover.
Big minutes right here for Rose-Hulman as you have kind of a mix up in unit. You have some first unit guys, some second unit guys, some third unit guys. So big minutes right here. Almost 7 minutes to go in the first half to kind of creep within and maybe we take a lead.
Lake looking inside. Yeah, he did. Harris with the ball in the low post.
Kick it out.
Pivot. Jump hook. Can't get it to go.
Didn't quite have the advantage there. I would love to see a repost after a kick out.
Trying to match up. 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound. Harris hammered him pretty good on that rebound, and
I don't know what
gets fouled.
Defensively, you had Tim Harris having to guard 2 guys. I mean, the floor balance defensively was all out of kilter. I think Rose-Hulman, lucked out with just coming out of there with the foul.
And no basket, nothing too dangerous. Into the ball game for Rose-Hulman, number 23. Sanvit Ram, the sophomore from Buffalo Grove, Illinois, and Stevenson High School. And I know Samvit can shoot the basketball.
He can. Just got to get some confidence for him this year as well.
Harris with a challenge on that one, made him miss that one. Back on the outside. And again, the length right now for Rose-Hulman. They got some tall guys in.
They do.
They ought to be able to contest some shots. I'm telling you, Harris was right in his face, altered that shot.
So long and rangy.
Hicks brings it up. Hicks off the screen, drives, shoots, and he scores, but they're going to call the foul out front.
Here's the thing that you loved about Harris on the defensive end is he contested the shot. The one thing that I did not like offensively, when he came down court, he floated to the block. Present yourself right there in that painted area. He could have had a good look.
We said Ram could shoot it, and there it is. Samvit,
Ram and Callahan, both those guys, if somebody could just inject them with a little bit of confidence, put it up and let it fly. Both these guys can shoot.
Drive, Garcia, kick out, nice shot, open up for Rats. He can't get it in. Rats with it again. Houston, kick out. And again, the length of Rose-Hulman right there. Harris knocks that one back. And I mean, they are long and athletic right now on the floor. Way outside three, can't get it. Harris with the board.
This might be, Tim's best 2 or 3 minute span all year long. Great rotation for Harris right now.
With it, outside. Hicks to back. Michael Lake. Hicks, there's back. They're trying to look into Harris. Backs it down. Little jump hook, can't get it to go. Rebound to back. He goes up and dunks the ball off the rebound.
That's the strength of Jacob Back to be able to get that ball back. We've got a tie game with 5 minutes to go, Herb.
And Walt, we're talking about this team that they got a bunch of subs off of this one. They're just the tall and athletic guys. They're playing hard. 3-point kickback. Can't get that one to go. Rebound to Michael Lake.
Long rotation right here. Some tired bodies on the floor right now.
Rose-Hulman, who found themselves down by as many as 9, have battled back to tie the score. Ram outside, looking in. Hicks, 3-point, can't get it to go. Tipped out. They're going to call it on. They're going to call the over back on Tim Harris. But Harris has had some quality minutes here in the first half.
He really has, and he's looking at that bench, hoping that one of those subs is for him. And I'm laughing here, but Harris has played a good 3.5 minute stretch, getting some coaching there as he goes to the bench. You look at the young man; he did great things offensively and defensively. They're getting 2 or 3 rebounds and a block and contest some shots. You need that for him.
And it really allows the other guys to play with mismatch. On the inside, kick out for the 3, can't do it, and Zarnecki pulls it down.
Big rebound for some of these big guys for Rose-Hulman.
Game has settled down. The inside presence for Rose-Hulman is dominant right now. Samvit Ram with the ball outside, kicks it into Zarnecki in a post. Pump, puts it up.
Man.
Looks like he got a lot of body, but no call.
Didn't have the ankle.
They'll kick it back outside to Albers, and they'll set the offense.
You got to trust your guards enough to kick it back out and then repost. Hope you can get it back. So, lack of trust
Hanover
there.
trying to play to the outside game. They got a man open outside. He's going to put it up, and that's Rats. He doesn't get anything, and they'll throw it in, and Zarnecki battles, and because he does, Lake picks up the loose ball, lays it up and in. Michael Lake, and Rose-Hulman has the lead.
Very soft left-handed layup there. Michael Lake is the defensive intensity has really picked up with Rusty Lloyd's bench, hasn't it?
Really has. The bench has sparked a huge recovery for Rose-Hulman as they're battling for this. It's stolen away. McGee with the basketball, 2-on-2.
All the way.
McGee stepped through, got it up, can't get it going, and rebound comes out to Hibbard. Hibbard with the ball. In the corner, gives it up to Albers, drives, loose ball, picked up, loose, still loose, great ball, and now they're going to call the foul over the top. Huge job by Zarnecki, went down on the floor, grabbed the basketball, he couldn't do anything with it.
He covered it up like it was a fumble.
First down, Rose-Hulman.
That's right. Oh my. Whew. I'm telling you, this is fun right now. Rose-Hulman defensively You love to see them getting after it. The energy that the bench brought defensively is really carried over.
And here we've talked about we talked about Craig McGee, and it hasn't gone through him.
No.
The whole thing has happened because of the subs and the other players, the big physical athletes they have underneath. That's what's done the job for Rose-Hulman.
Now time to make a play.
Lake on a drive, stolen away. Really nice play by Rats. He gets this one, and he gets it blocked out, and they're going to call the foul.
Which one did they call? Good foul. Okay, they did get the foul on
Foul's
Lake.
going to go on Lake, I believe.
But a good chase down. I'm telling you, Rats heard the footsteps. And he was hoping, is it either going to foul me or Jacob Back was going to pin it on the backboard, and I think he's glad it was the former.
Well, Back, we said earlier, went above the rim.
Yeah.
And actually had one we thought would possibly have been a goaltend. Folks, we want to thank the Union Center for Sports Medicine. They're proud to be the official sports medicine provider for Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. The certified athletic trainer for the Fighting Engineers is Scott Keller. Samir Bavishi, MD, and Jerry Palmer, MD, from the Union Medical Group serve as the team doctors. Union Health, caring for Rose-Hulman athletes.
You know, Logan Rats makes those 2 free throws. A very, very slight knee bend with Logan Rats. So I was watching his free throws throw. He does not bend his knees hardly at all. That's interesting. You don't see that a whole lot.
I don't know. I don't bend mine very much either.
Well, that's because you're old.
Thank you. That was a setup and a knock out of the park on that one. Simvit. And when we look at this one again, Simvit Ram got it inside is Combs, who could not finish. Scores tied. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Hibbard. Robertson and Hibbard back outside. They'll give it up to Albers. Hibbard. Robertson looking for that screen and roll. Hibbard with the drive. Got Lake down to the baseline, but can't do anything with it. Really close. 4-3. They get the shot up, fade away. Got it. Nice shot by Mark Albers.
Very nice bucket by Albers at the end of the shot clock.
Different Lake for 3. He's got an open look, couldn't get it down. And an open look for 3 at the other end. Not putting it down either was Mark Albers. Rebound comes out to Rose-Hulman. Lake off a double screen. Should have pulled that one up, had an open look. McGee looking inside, can't get anything done with it.
How do you finish the half, Rose-Hulman? It's going to be interesting here.
Simvit Ram to Michael Lake. Looking for that flash from the post. There's McGee. Crossover, he's got it easy down there and it scores. Wow, what a play by McGee.
That first move will kill you, won't it?
Woo. About broke somebody's ankle.
Yep.
Tie score. Rose-Hulman will get it back if they can rebound it. 15, there's 10 seconds different on the shot clock. Ball's entered in the low post, now kicked back outside with the drive as Robertson tries the reverse layup and gets it.
Beautiful.
12 seconds left to go in the half and a 2-point lead by Hanover. McGee will take this one down, here he comes. Craig McGee, up, block, he'll go to the line.
Wow.
And he did slide.
Yeah, he did. He did, and that was a tough one. And you look at the referee making that call. That's not a very easy call to make right there. Not a popular call right there on Hanover's side as well. And he just showed right there with Logan Rats. He kind of told Logan Rats exactly what happened. And Logan trying to get some conversation with the official. He said, hey, he slid in.
We want to thank our sponsors for today, A to Z Construction, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Refreshment Services, and Pepsi, Riddell National Bank, Sonic Drive-Ins, Union Health, and York Automotive. Transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with locations in Brazil, Greencastle, and Crawfordsville. Missed those free throws. Rebound, puts it up, can't get it to go. Rebounds, Zarnecki doesn't go, but Rose-Hulman fights all the way back from down 9, and they get it close. They actually tie. They took the lead once, and that lead has fluctuated back and forth. It's 29-27, Hanover with the lead as we go to halftime. And we'll be right back with our halftime show here on Indiana Sports Network.
A to Z Construction performs free inspections and free estimates. A to Z welcomes all insurance work, specializing in all roofing systems, plus performing all other aspects of construction and remodeling. A to Z Construction is your Greater Wabash Valley roofing company. Call Shannon Combs for your free roofing inspection today. A to Z Construction, building the future together.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
This sports program is presented by authority of Wabash Valley Sports and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated in any way without prior written consent of Wabash Valley Sports.
It's employee pricing for everyone at York Chevy Buick on US Highway 40 in Brazil. Our Christmas gift to you is 2019 Silverados up to $12,000 off. Buick Encore, $99 a month. Equinoxes as low as $169 per month. And Chevy Trax as low as $99 per month. On US Highway 40 in Brazil, where we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one. You are. You're number one at York.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Thought we'd have a good game. You can see the tumblers out on this one, and so that's pretty cool. We get to see those 8- and 9-year-olds here in the first. These young ladies are from just up the road here in Clinton, Indiana. They're called these are the mini twisters, and the next set we have will be the actual twisters. So they go around and perform at different basketball games and other events, and it's kind of nice that they have a chance to come and do this one.
Absolutely.
But really, the best part of the game, or the best part of the day, has been the game. The basketball game in the first half, 29-27. Both these teams are just duking it out on the floor, and right now they seem very evenly matched.
They do, and a lot of times you hear people say styles make fights, and you look at these two teams, and Hanover with some quick, smaller guards, and really a smaller team overall, with Rose-Hulman going with the traditional, I guess, two-forward lineup that they always have. And Rusty Lloyd has recruited some big bodies that can play in the painted area, and he plays those guys. He has proven to me and to others that he's not changing his style for anybody. He's going with his guys to play the type of game that he wants. Even if you're looking at more of a four-guard lineup, he'll stay with his guys and play two of his bigs together, hoping that they clean up the backboards. And, boy, the bench for Rose-Hulman today, starting with Max Chaplin coming off the bench, hitting 5 big points in a row. The bench has really helped get some scrappiness and score some points for Rose-Hulman, and they really needed that infusion of energy.
And for about a 3-minute period, Rose-Hulman had all subs, including second and what we consider to be third-teamers, in there, and their length and athletic ability on the defensive edge, and just shut down Hanover for about a 3-minute period. Then it was kind of back and forth, and we end up with a 2-point Hanover lead at halftime, but that's not because of anything that anybody's done that's very odd. Scoring-wise, we talk about Craig McGee, everything running through him. He only has 6 points in the first half. Now, you would say, well, yeah, that's still scoring, but it's not a typical Craig McGee day. The rest of the scoring has been the physical presence on the inside.
It really has. And when you have guys like Jacob Back and John Zarnecki playing as well as they are right now, sucking up big rebounds and getting some putbacks, or some times where you're able to just dump it down to them and look at them for a bucket, and they are delivering today. That's what you want your big guys to do. They want them to deliver when they have the opportunity. And also, hats off to Tim Harris. Tim Harris, you quite frankly, he's on that third team, and with the injury or the illness of Trey Wirtz, opened up some more minutes. Vuk Jurek coming in off of the third team, playing some big minutes. And those two guys were an imposing figure, and the length of Tim Harris really caused a lot of problems for Hanover at that juncture right around the 7-minute mark when Harris came in the game. From the 7-minute mark to the 4-minute mark, they had a real hard time scoring. So the length and the athleticism that you talked about off of the Rose-Hulman bench paying dividends here today.
Scoring-wise for Hanover, Mark Albers with 9, Hibbard with 8, and a lot of those are just floating shots. As Hibbard almost looks acrobatic at times. Logan Ratz with 5, Robertson 3, Hess 2, Washburn 2, and 4 other players played and didn't score. For Rose-Hulman, Craig McGee at halftime has 6, Jacob Back with 5, Chaplin 5, Zarnecki 3, Callahan 2, Lake 2, Sam Ram off the bench with 2, Jurek with 2, Hicks, Combs, and Harris played and did not score. But
Harris had a few rebounds, though.
And with that opportunity, these guys have played very well, coming back from it about a 10-point or 9-point deficit, and we're getting ready for this one. We're going to pause, take a break, and we'll be right back with more here from the Halftime Report on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
Holiday gifting advice with Cardi B.
If you don't know their size, don't get them a sweater. Give them the gift that always fits. Cash.
Here comes Cardi B, here comes Cardi B. She's gonna make it rain. Turning Pepsi into cash.
You wanna give cash like me this holiday season? Scan your Pepsi, get a match, and give that money forward to whoever you want. Keep the Pepsi, give the cash.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstadter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
The Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that!
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or crispy tender sandwich plus tots for $2.99.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Very close ball game, 29-27. Rose-Hulman fought back from about a 9-point deficit. They led at one time by 2. And you can see the change that happened from Rose-Hulman at the start of the year to right now.
You really have, and these young men are starting to gel. As you know, you want that to happen here at the beginning of the conference season, and some of the wars and the battles they played some really tough non-conference competition this year, as they normally do, but boy, this year has been pretty tough. And a couple of those games, you're able to get some big wins, and then you come into conference season, you want to be clicking on all cylinders. And we thought that they would come back from the Christmas break and be energized, and that's exactly what we've seen here today. And we kidded about being sluggish about, after too much turkey and ham over the Christmas holidays, you joke about that. But, you look at this team, the break seems to have done them a lot of good. And you get in your gym around home, and you get in your routine with some of your old coaches and players, and you play a little ball, and then you kind of, not that you lost your love, but you kind of recharge your batteries a little bit. That's been good for these guys, and they look good. They just got to find a way. The end of the game, the last 4 minutes of the game, we very well could have a 2 to 3 possession ball game one way or another. How do you find a way to close out a game, to win a game like this? A conference opponent like Hanover at home, this is a game that you have to have. I know it's early in the conference season. Quite frankly, this is a must-win for Rose-Hulman today here in the conference, having Hanover here. Going to have to find a way to get this victory in a close game.
Well, Rose-Hulman did not shoot the ball extremely well from three. That's not their forte. They were 1 of 7. Take away those 7 shots, and Rose-Hulman's right at that 50% shooting mark on the inside, because once they get the ball down in the low paint, they can do a lot of damage, and that's basically where they score. On the other hand, Hanover has not shot the ball well from three-point range either. They're only 18% from three, at 3 of 16, and when you look at their shooting, they're 34% overall, Rose-Hulman at 41%. So when you put those, it's the rebounding aspect. Rose-Hulman has given up too many offensive rebounds, and that's why they find themselves just trailing by 2. The rest of the statistics all the way through are within 1 or 2 off of everything. So they're very close. Rose-Hulman has battled back. They played well down the last part of this first half, and we're looking for really good things when we look forward to the second half. Individual against statistics, the leading scorers, Rose-Hulman, it's Craig McGee, Mark Albers for Hanover, and when you look at these ball clubs, again, leading the conference with a 2-1 record, and Rose-Hulman with 1 and 2, there's really not much difference in the whole conference. It's going to be like this all year.
It is, and we talked about it, and we joked about it, and we'll continue to do so. The worst scenarios are going to be bantered about all season long, especially at the end of February. So, and we joke about that, but it's pretty serious. I mean, there will be a lot of teams vying for that 6th seed at the end of February, and it's going to be very, very exciting here in the HCAC all year.
It really is. We'll come back and we'll get a chance to watch this both these ball clubs here in the second half. You're watching Rose-Hulman basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
A to Z Construction performs free inspections and free estimates. A to Z welcomes all insurance work, specializing in all roofing systems, plus performing all other aspects of construction and remodeling. A to Z Construction is your Greater Wabash Valley roofing company. Call Shannon Combs for your free roofing inspection today. A to Z Construction, building the future together.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And both teams are gathered around their respective coaches and bench and getting their last final instructions as the clock winds down on this one. 2-point Hanover lead here at halftime, 29-27, and I thought Rose-Hulman did a really nice job defensively, especially the second half of that second part of the first half.
They did, and I talked about it, and we continue to talk about it. The infusion of energy that came with the bench production for Rose-Hulman really helped them out. Can Rose-Hulman keep an opponent below 60 points for the first time all season? We're going to find out in the next 20 minutes.
And with that opportunity, Hanover's been pushing the ball up the floor.
Yes.
It's not like they're not trying to score at the high clip they're used to. Hanover with a basketball, and again, they'll try to start the offense, and they're working to see if they can get the basketball to Hibbert. They do. They put it down the low post to Williams. Back outside. Here's with the drive, and a nice floating shot up and good by Mark Albers. He's now in double figures.
All that starts with helping down into the post, which, I'm sorry, but I don't believe that's necessary to help down, to help one Williams.
McGee off the high screen, pulls up from 12. Got it. Craig McGee. 8 points now in the afternoon for McGee. Leading scorer for Rose-Hulman. 2-point Hanover lead. They have the basketball. Again, working that ball on the outside, trying to get the ball to Hibbert. They do. Hibbert off the high screen, looking at stuff. Almost stolen away. McGee almost caught him blind at that point. Drive, shot. They're going to call the foul.
Boy, you can get a situation right there with Jacob Baggins. He loves to block shots, and you can tell that young man, the team really feeds off of his energy as well, and you can get him into some foul trouble if you can get him off the ground.
And with that, Williams at the line. He'll shoot two. Puts the first one up and in. The Union Center for Sports Medicine is proud to be the official sports medicine provider for Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. The certified athletic trainer for the Fighting Engineers is Scott Keller. Samir Bavishi, MD, and Jerry Palmer, MD, from the Union Medical Group serve as the team doctors. Union Health caring for Rose-Hulman athletes. McGee off the rebound and missed shot. A 3-point lead for Hanover. Rose-Hulman with a basketball. McGee off that high screen.
Good cut.
Speed down on the backdoor cut, and Lake lays it in. Easy, nobody around him, and it's a 1-point lead.
All the attention going to Craig McGee and that high ball screen, and Michael Lake from that corner sneaking toward the basket.
McGee with the assist. Lake with the nice, easy layup. Nobody was around him when he scored. 1-point Hanover lead. They have the basketball. Robertson in the low post. He'll go to fight through. Kick back outside. Missed shot. Rebound. Lake grabs it. Held ball. Possession arrow favors Rose-Hulman.
Once again, though, we dodge a bullet, and I'm in a one-possession game. At the end of the game, that's what you're going to see, potentially a wide-open shot, and I'm already a little panicked about that. Sometimes when you don't need the help, just stay home.
McGee off the high screen, goes to turn the corner, kicks it out to Lake. Kick back, McGee open for three, puts a shot up and in. Craig McGee for 3 points, and Rose-Hulman leads by 2.
McGee a quick 5 in the first 2 minutes of the half.
He had 6 points in the first half, and already they just got him back into action where the offense just flows easily for him. Roberts kicks it back outside, and they're moving the ball again on the outside for Hanover. Hibbert, kick outside to Robertson, pulls a shot up and in, and the lead changes back to Hanover by 1.
Boy, he stepped in that beautifully, didn't he?
Lake looks for it. Still trying to put the ball on the inside. Hicks with it. They'll give it out to Combs. McGee. Open crossover, pull up, floater, got it.
He's
Craig
hot.
McGee is hot, and Rose-Hulman with the lead by 1, 36-35. Ratz starts the offense for Hanover. Gives it up, it's Albers. Kick out to Williams. Williams is not going to shoot the 3 and backed off. Roberts tries to kick it back out. Albers drives. Looked like he potentially traveled, but a really nice play as he, little jump hook, Hanover back by 1.
He almost potentially got fouled as well as McGee. He rakes down on that ball. If you're coming in his area, he's going to take a swipe at it every time.
Still trying it. McGee at the top of the key, waiting on the screen.
Nice flow in the second half in there.
There really is, both sides.
Yeah.
McGee's pivot, kick outside, wide open look. Combs got it.
Yes, sir.
Eli for 3, and Rose-Hulman by 2.
And that's what you can have. Combs can stretch it out at 6'5". That senior can stretch out from that short corner.
He's a matchup trouble on the outside because nobody's going to come out and guard him. Hicks almost with a steal. I thought maybe Back would get close on that passing lane. Wasn't able to do it. Rats with the drive. Kick back out to Roberts.
No help, no
Here's
help,
Williams
no help.
with the drive.
It's a foul.
And they're going to call the foul.
Yeah.
Foul on Jacob Back.
It's his third. Is that his third?
That is his third foul. He
Yeah.
picked up his second one just earlier. 3 fouls. He'll probably go to the bench.
Yeah, here he
Hicks
comes
will
now.
take a seat.
He didn't want to come out. You could tell.
Back takes a seat. Callahan comes in. Really, it's about the time they'd normally sub him anyhow. But at this point, it's pretty tough. Picked up 2 quick fouls. Fade away, can't get it to go.
Low
Rebound
contact.
comes out. Williams, and they're going to call a push foul on Zarnecki.
Oh, come on.
And Zarnecki's going, what is going on?
You got to. They didn't get the foul on the shot. That's where the contact was, I thought.
Yeah.
Did you?
I thought there was contact.
Yeah.
He got it up. Williams had that shot opportunity, couldn't get it to go. Albers working in the corner off the screen, takes the shot, got it.
It's a good contest by Callahan, but it was a great screen to give Albers just enough space in that 6'5" can go right over Callahan.
Tie score. McGee.
Too much
So
congestion.
they're looking for him. Callahan passed the ball out to Lake. Now McGee has his hands on it, looking inside, gives it up to Combs. Combs working with his back to the basket, pivot, turn around, shots up and good. 2-point Rose-Hulman lead, 41-39.
Combs was 5 here in the second half.
There have been 2 players really start to take over for Rose-Hulman. Rats with a floater, blocked by McGee, and he took it away. He didn't just block it, he also took it away instead of batting it out of bounds. McGee crossover, drive, shoots, and scores. Craig McGee is on fire, and Rose-Hulman is up by 4.
They're going to call a timeout.
He's going to have to do something. Timeout, Hanover. Rose-Hulman leads by 4. 43-39. We'll return for more Rose-Hulman basketball.
It's employee pricing for everyone at York Chevy Buick on US Highway 40 in Brazil. Our Christmas gift to you is 2019 Silverados up to $12,000 off. Buick Encore, $99 a month. Equinoxes as low as $169 per month. And Chevy Trax as low as $99 per month. On US Highway 40 in Brazil, where we're not number 1, you are.
We're not number 1.
You are.
You're number 1 at York.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
A 4-point lead by Rose-Hulman. They trailed early in the first half by 9, and they've just continually battled back. In the second half, Rose-Hulman is on fire. They've raised their shooting percentage to an overall game percentage of 52.8% for the game. And with that opportunity, they have just been scorching on fire. McGee now with 15 points overall. And the rest of Rose-Hulman's players have almost 5, 5, 5, 5, 4, 3. So everybody's in the action, but the offense has run through Craig McGee the second half, and he has just been lighting it up. Rats with the ball for Hanover at the top of the key. Almost stolen away by Lake. It is. Tipped around. Does he get it? Goes out of bounds, and they're going to say Lake touched it last. That's why I was wondering why he slowed up.
I think he was trying to sell that. I don't know if he thought he could get to it. Might have been trying to sell it was their ball.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He touched it. That's one of those deals where if the player's going for the ball, oh, he's the last one that touched it.
That's right.
I got it.
Noah Williams, a 5'11 sophomore, in for Hanover the first time. They're going a little deeper into their bench.
Screen at the top. Floater. Missed that one badly. So the floater that goes in the first half doesn't even come close. McGee with the ball on the left side. McGee drives. Kick out. Lake with the ball. Back outside to Combs. To Lake. McGee. There's Combs. Again, pump. There he got that nice finger roll and a 6-point Rose-Hulman lead.
Very patient there, Eli Combs. Seemed like there were 15 bodies in the painted area for a moment there. Waited for the clouds to clear.
Williams, first time we've seen Noah Williams in the ball game. He'll take the three, blocked by McGee. McGee got right up at his crawl and blocked that one with the drive. Shots up,
another
blocked
block
away by Zarnecki. And the defense for Rose-Hulman is stellar right now. They're at a high level, and they're playing well on both ends of the floor. McGee for three, missed it, tipped around and picked up by Williams for Hanover.
Would have brought the house down.
And a huge lead at this point. It's not a lead. Open up for Albers. He shoots, can't get it. Rebound to who else? Craig McGee.
Ball
and
is just
McGee
finding
right now
it
is
now.
playing.
Yeah.
He is lights out.
Good
Backdoor
pass.
cut, and it's tipped. Nope, they said it wasn't. It'll end up being Hanover basketball. Thought we had
Great
the
idea.
backdoor layup.
He had a great idea, and just passed me led Callahan to a little bit too much. That was the right thing to do. Just they couldn't quite connect.
Boy, if you were Noah Williams and you saw McGee close to you, I think you'll pull back and not shoot it the next time because he had an easy block. I thought he was almost going to gain the ball at that point. Substitution, 54, Vuk Jurek into the ball game for Rose-Hulman. He had a really good first half, played very solid. And you kind of liked it when he asked for the ball.
I did. I love it when your big man asks for the ball, especially after you've been active and run the floor.
Williams trying to drive, got caught right in the middle, dumped it down inside.
Stay down.
Great block, and they called the foul.
Yeah, good job by Connor Washburn to get Zarnecki up in the air with the pump fake, and you're going to get the foul at that point. You know you're going to get the foul, but good job by Zarnecki to not give up the and one.
Zarnecki had to block. I'm sorry. I didn't see anything wrong with that. It's a rule of verticality. But
when you jump that early,
I'm also going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. So anyhow, here we go.
You can't come with the tease like that. You gotta say it now.
No.
Okay. All right.
I'll tell you later.
Tell me later. All
okay. Right. But yeah, I didn't really like the call.
I just thought with Zarnecki.
And I'm telling you, Rusty Lloyd didn't like it either because there was space.
I just thought with the early jump, usually when you jump that early, you're going to get that foul.
Connor Washburn will pick up the 2 points off the free throws off that inside move, and the score is down to 4.
I love Hanover. McGee. I love them picking up the defensive intensity here.
Yeah, they pick up the defensive intensity, and they give it to McGee.
I thought Vuk was getting ready to shoot that three.
Vuk doesn't know a shot he doesn't like right now. Zarnecki, power move inside. He gets fouled. They're going to call the other one at that end. They got to call that one because that was definitely a move-in hammer job. And going to the line will be John Zarnecki. Folks, we want to thank our sponsors for today's game. A to Z Construction, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Refreshment Services and Pepsi, Riddell National Bank, Sonic Drive-Ins, Union Health, York Automotive. Our transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with locations in Brazil, Greencastle, and Crawfordsville. Zarnecki puts them both in, raises that lead back up to 6.
How long can we keep a 2-possession lead in this ball game, Herb? That's going to be key for us right now.
With it on the outside, Rats turns the corner, tries to get something, and they're really doing a nice job pressuring the guards and forcing the players to shoot the ball, then don't necessarily want to shoot it outside. Rats trying to work off that screen. Drives down, pump fake, doubled up. Now he kicks it back out. Williams, spin, pulls up, can't get it, and that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
McGee with a basketball.
Good defensive possession there for Rose.
Craig off a double screen. Pull up from 8, got the roller and rolls it in off that floating shot. He has 17.
Boy, oh boy, what a half so far from McGee in the first 8.5 minutes.
An 8-point lead for Rose-Hulman. They lead 49-41. With the ball, Williams feeds it inside. Everybody's after it. Stolen away by Callahan. Break. They get off to the left side. Chaplin thinks better of it, turns the corner, kicks it back out. Vuk
He wants it.
He wants it, baby. And I'm saying that.
Boy.
Vuk Jurek wants that shot. If nothing else, he makes you believe it.
He does.
Jurek on the baseline. Power move inside. He's in there. Go up, big fella. He doesn't go up.
Yeah.
Turnover. Williams steals the ball for Hanover. Off the left side, they'll put in a baseline charge, and that is a great job by number 31, Max Chaplin, who had himself set on the baseline, and with the shoulder turn, picks up the offensive foul and turnover, gives it back to Rose-Hulman, and an 8-point lead.
Boy, I'm telling you what, Vuk Jurek, I'm enjoying watching him, and this is a young man that is young into his college career here at Rose-Hulman, just a freshman. But I'm enjoying watching him on the court. He's very vocal on both ends of the court with his teammates as far as, you know, you love the communication, the dialogue. Here comes the trap. Yeah, trap the freshman. That's a great defensive ploy.
And he calls the timeout. Not a bad move. We'll take one as well. Rose-Hulman by 8 when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
Holiday gifting advice with Cardi B.
If you don't know their size, don't get them a sweater. Give them the gift that always fits. Cash.
Here comes Cardi B, here comes Cardi B. She's gonna make it rain. Turning Pepsi into cash.
You want to give cash like me this holiday season? Scan your Pepsi, get a match, and give that money forward to whoever you want. Keep the Pepsi, give the cash.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome back to Hulbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. 8-2 Hanover against 4-6 Rose-Hulman. Hanover a 2-1 record in the HCAC. Rose-Hulman with a 1-2 record. Throw the records out, folks. It doesn't really matter. Rose-Hulman has come back from a 2-point deficit in the first half to take an 8-point lead here midway through the second half. Michael Lake with the basketball for Rose-Hulman. Zarnecki to back. Lake looking inside's got Zarnecki on the post. Pivot, puts it up, and he gets fouled. Ooh. He'll go to the line.
Kind of got bailed out with that foul, and I said late because when the ball comes here to the left side, Zarnecki's got to be through there. But good job by Hanover biting him up, not letting him get a free pass through the paint. That pass, you know, Michael Lake had to wait on him to get on the block. So it was a little bit late. The timing wasn't quite there, so he gets to the free throw line. But, you know, you love the physicality. You don't want to see players get a free run through the lane, hardly ever. So bump them, get them off their cuts.
Zarnecki puts that one in. Good to see Coach Jeff Sokol in the building, the football coach for Rose-Hulman. Again, had another solid season here. He's in the middle of recruiting. Ball's loose in the corner, kicked out. I'll tell you what, Rat has not had a good opportunity to see the basket. Williams for two, can't get it to go. And again, once Williams' shot was blocked early in this one, you wanted to let him shoot those, and he's been 0-3 since that's happened. Lake pulls it back outside, Chaplin.
Big minutes with McGee getting a break here.
Zarnecki could cross him over and take him right here. Lake looking at Williams, looked at the post, had the wrong guy down there.
Shoot it.
Chaplin.
Got to go up, Max.
Puts it up, doesn't get it, but it hits the rim, and it goes out of bounds. So it doesn't really hurt Rose-Hulman. They didn't give one up.
John Brush bailing out of there, man. Come on, John. Stay in there. Take the foul. What are you bailing out for?
Was it take the contact day?
Oh, man.
That's why I'm up here.
Tease him about that
I don't take the contact well anymore.
Oh.
Sandvit Ram enters the ball game. And I'll tell you what, he shot a true one in that first half.
Yeah, he did.
Turned around and just buried it.
And you love to see that confidence from Sandvit Ram. Is going to have a little conversation here about this. I'm not sure what happened.
Pointed out something.
Oh, is there a little blood on the? Well, what are we looking at?
Dirt, blood. I don't know.
What?
Obviously,
it's drawn a chuckle.
Huh?
It's drawn a chuckle from
Okay.
the official, so nothing serious, I guess. But we had to check it out.
May have been outside the box. Go. Rat pulls it back outside. Again, nice pull up, and I'll tell you what, get it to go, but Mark Albers has hit those most of the ball game, and he's upset with himself because he thought he had an open look.
Just a good contest by the defense, once again.
Lake turns out, Chaplin back outside. Jacob back.
Somebody help him.
Cross, gives it up. Chaplin,
Get
can he
in
get
there.
it? He does. Finds a home, and Rose-Hulman with 12 points.
I'm watching Jurek over there, man, after that three-pointer. I'm telling you what, he's going to be fun to watch here at Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, sideline, shoot the ball. And he doesn't shoot it. Foul on the down. And with that, back will pick up another foul. That's going to be 4 on Jacob.
When the guys on the floor have success in watching the bench react and have a good time with that, it tells you a lot about a team in my estimation.
They're very well. Combs back into the ballgame for Rose-Hulman. There's a nice floater. Can't get it to go. And rebound
Yeah,
to
they can't buy
Zarnecki.
one. They just can't buy one right now. Keep that lead. Keep building that lead.
And McGee is still sitting.
Yeah, let him get a break.
Ram, pump, looking for it. Gives it back out to Zarnecki. Working the screen, Lake. Back outside.
Now who's going to make a play?
He better make it quick. 6 seconds in this one.
Ah, dang it.
Well, an interesting move as he went up and knew he was going to get it stuffed back at him. If he had a chance to pump fake that one, he could have driven it, but he went up first.
You hate to pick things out, but when you give up a shot at 12 seconds, and I thought Michael Lake at 12 seconds needed to put that up.
Yes.
That was the best look they got.
Retz with the shot. No, kicks
And
it back out.
there
A nice
you go.
play by Matt Weimer.
And there's a big swing right there, a big 4 or 5 or 6 point swing. Craig McGee's back at the scorer's table.
Rats to Lake with the basketball, looking. They tipped it around. They're going to call the foul from behind. It's going to go against 45. That's Connor Washburn. And Rose-Hulman kind of got bailed on that one.
They did. I thought they did. I didn't think there was a whole lot of contact there, especially with going today. It's been a fairly physical game, and so here we go.
About a 3-minute break for Craig McGee.
Good
That's
break.
really good. If you can do that in the middle of a ball game, that's amazing. Sandvit Ram trying to get his hands on the ball. They're going to inbound it out to Lake near midcourt.
A left-handed pass at 50 feet.
McGee with a
Come on,
reverse.
Foul. H-O-R-S.
And he could have E here pretty soon. 11-point lead for Rose-Hulman. Rats with the ball up that screen. Drives down in, kicks it back out, and travels.
There it is. First one we've seen called all day between the women's and the men's game. I mentioned Craig McGee, though, on the baseline out of bounds. A chest pass with your offhand, you throw it 50 feet. That ain't bad, Herb.
No, it's pretty good. Wasn't a baseball, it was a chest.
Yeah.
And he fired it up there.
On a rope.
You know, I coach a little bit of the oblong thing, and you put McGee in a football uniform. Ram
Get
for
in there.
3. Does he get it?
Get in there, baby.
Sam Ram. 14-point lead for Rose-Hulman. 6:45 left to go in the ball game. 6:45 left to go in the ball game. Timeout, Hanover. And Rose-Hulman has excelled in the second half to take a 14-point lead. We'll be back for more on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstadter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Rose-Hulman trailed by on a huge offensive and defensive explosion here in the second half, taking a 14-point lead with 6:41 now left to go in the ball game. 19 points for McGee. Max Chaplin off the bench with 8. Zarnecki 6, back 5. Samvit Ram 2 for 2. 2 for 2, and he has 5 points.
Rose-Hulman has doubled up Hanover in the second half, 31-15. Outscored them, doubled them up here in the second half, and boy, offense is really flowing. You'll
Williams
take that.
Puts a shot up, and that's the guy Rose-Hulman wants to shoot it.
If he makes it, then tip your hat.
McGee with it. Rats is crossed up badly. And the speed and quickness of Craig McGee is evident now. He's double teamed, gives it up to Ram, cross it over, Lake. Had a man, takes it towards the basket, kicked out to Zarnecki, and they'll start it over. 10 seconds on the shot
No
clock.
screen, no screen. Ooh, this just brings the double team.
They'll kick it in the corner.
Gotta go.
Combs, shot, up, doesn't get it. Rebound comes out to Hanover. They're going to double McGee the rest of the ball game.
Yep.
With the ball, spun out. And again, opportunities abound. Drive, shot, and score.
Nice left-handed take by Albers there. Up, and here comes another double team. They're going to try to get the ball out of McGee's hands. Too much speed.
And we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And you can see Rusty Lloyd grabbing the other players, having that mini conference that, I don't know who did that first. And McGee can't put the first one in, and he's not real pleased with himself.
Yeah, and he shouldn't be. You got to make these free throws. You want to keep this lead double digits as long. And here they're trying to start it now, but they're going to make a push.
12-point lead, make it 13, and sub in as they bring in the freshman Terry Hicks, 6'5" freshman from Fishers, Indiana. Tell you, Craig McGee, the junior from Loveland, Ohio, Roger Bacon High School down near Cincinnati. And he has just been for Rose-Hulman. Rats gets something out of it. Weimer driving inside, stolen away.
Goodness.
McGee just stole it. Pump, pulls out, has it fought for. Lake with the ball into corners. Combs 4-3, can't get it. That's a good shot for Rose-Hulman. He just didn't knock it down. Hicks trying to play defense, off a runner. And Zarnecki picks it up.
Little
and they're
do-si-do
dancing
there.
in the aisles, baby. Right down the middle of the floor there,
Yep.
dancing. That didn't happen. McGee bodied up, looking for it, looking inside. They had a cross-court pass and didn't get it there. They're going at it, and McGee's going to go to the line.
Not quite.
No, not quite.
One
Sorry.
more.
We're one off.
Second time today you've been one off, Herb.
Yeah.
Slipping.
I tell you, my wife says I'm off all the time. 59-46. Rose-Hulman with the lead. 4:48 left to go here in the ball game. They get it into Combs. Getting bodied all over the place now. Saying we're not going to let him beat us as traveling violation. As Zarnecki moved his pivot foot.
He's lobbying, but he's wrong.
Well, what he's lobbying for is the hold and the body push, which he says forces him to move that foot.
Trey Wertz over on the sideline is imitating Zarnecki on that.
59-46. Driving in and
Off
off
his
his
leg.
leg.
Yes, sir.
Out of bounds. That's a super play by.
And the whole pitch. The entire bench got up and applauded Zarnecki is getting that ball back for his team.
You know, you could go 1-4 low right now with McGee and it's over. The reason why is they can't force the double team at that point.
Well, they still run double at him just to make Rose scramble. I would. There's no way I'd let him.
McGee with it.
I should have doubled him right there.
Well, they're going to bring him. McGee. There he goes. Oh, tough
look out,
pass
ladies.
and about knocked down. Couple of girls off the side there.
Oh.
They said, whoa, that ball came right at me.
Yep. Thankfully, it was at their feet.
Lake was going to do it right back at him. Here it comes with Hibbert down the lane, puts a shot up and in.
Double him. You have to double him. That's a weak double. There should be a double right there. Oh, and he
throws it away again.
Here comes the push.
The push by Hanover. It's 11-point lead for Rose-Hulman. 4:08 left to go in the ball game. Hanover desperately needs the basket, and Rose-Hulman needs a defensive stop right here to end the push. Back outside, almost blocked. Tough, it's up. Kicked around, and Combs with it, and he's fouled.
Can we make free throws to close this game out? When I say close it out, I should say potential to close the game out. Still a boatload of time left, 3 minutes and 53 seconds. So much can happen, but you're going to have to make some free throws. And Coach Lloyd talking to his junior point guard about some of these passes right now, I think. And so, meeting of the minds. And you want your point guard to be an extension of you. But you guys got to be on the same page, don't you?
You do. And spreading the floor would help out immensely.
Yeah.
The floor is a little too tight. You put one guy down in one corner and one in the other, and you got problems. Because then you can throw that length of the court pass, but you can't at half court length. Good free throw shooter is Eli Combs. He puts the first and second one down, and it's a 13-point lead.
Combs close to double digits here today at 9. Boy, Hibbert's been bottled up over the
stolen away again. McGee just takes it away. 2-on-1. Combs up. He's going to go to the line and shoot again.
Should be 2 shots here. That's a great transition opportunity there. Rose-Hulman didn't pull it back out and attack the basket. It had some great passing and break, and going to end up in a couple of free throws by Combs.
61-48. Folks, we want to thank our sponsors, A to Z Construction, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Refreshment Service Inns, Union Health, and York Automotive. York Automotive is the transportation specialist that we use. Our transportation is provided by York Automotive with locations in Brazil, Greencastle, and Crawfordsville. Again, Combs hits another free throw. The second one is up, short off the front.
Oh,
stolen away by Hicks, and Hicks gets knocked down.
Oh, man, I'm telling you what, these guys love it. Hanover doesn't love it right there. They thought it was an over the back, and it's close. Very close to an over the back on Hicks there, but he was very aggressive. He's going to get a free throw, possibly 2.
1-1. So even though they missed the second one, Hicks could end up lengthening his lead again. It's misses it. That's the end of the 1 and bonus. The next one will be a 2-shot foul. Driving, shooting is Hubbard, no good. Rebound, fought for, tipped out, stolen away by McGee. McGee steals the pass. They're going to have to do something to try to lengthen and get it out of his hands. McGee looking. Combs had Zarnecki in the low post deep.
Yeah.
Hicks. There's a lot of bodying going on right now. They're trying to force fouls, force the defense.
If you can get a steal, then okay. If not, then the worst that's is a foul. You'll have to live with that if your Hanover is trying to extend this game for the next minute. If Rose-Hulman keeps hitting free throws, they'll probably dial that back. And
Hicks missed that 1-on-1 just a minute ago. Must have been his warm-up because he hit that one pretty nice. 63-48, the leads to 15.
Terry, a 6'5" freshman from Fishers, and a young man that is going to play a pivotal role, I think, this season. And he, started his career injured at the beginning of the season, and you can see this young man is going to play minutes, and even as a freshman.
That's a great move on the inside by Hibbert. He gets the shot to go, and they give him the shot, and he'll have one free throw.
I just talked up Terry Hicks, and then we get that foul right there. Of course, the announcer's jinx. You say something good about a guy, and then that happens.
Hibbard does not get the old-fashioned three-point play to drop. And McGee looking at he's got that's what you want. And layup and assist.
He has the court vision that others don't have, and you double him there. That's why I want to see the trap on the pass, on the inbounds, not at half court.
Three-point shot up in the corner, no good. Rebound up. No, it's a kickback outside. There's a three-point shot up, good by Gavin Hess, the 6'4" freshman from Beech Grove. They'll give it
right
to
there.
McGee, back over to Combs, kicked out to Lake, and they'll have a blocking foul. Lake will go to the line. This game has been lengthened quite a bit. Hanover intent to foul, and the bonus is in. So 2 shots now every time Rose-Hulman steps to the line, and unless something drastic happens, they're able to shoot a good number of free throws. You're usually going to say Lake's a good free throw shooter. He is. He gets one of them right down. In comes Jacob back. Zarnecki will take a seat.
Back coming back in with 4 fouls. There's 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. He's going to make it?
No, he won't. He'll pick up the 5th one.
You can take that to the bank, can't you?
You take that one to the bank. It's open.
Man.
Still a 15-point lead, almost stolen away. Here comes, shots up, and
that might be the one.
That's the end for Jacob Back. 5 fouls, and it gave a whole 35 seconds.
I'm sorry, folks.
John Zarnecki.
We're not laughing at him
because he is so aggressive
That's
at the
right.
end of a ball game, and it's good.
It is.
But at the same time, wow.
You get him in the air, and as I said that in the first half, you have an opportunity to get that young man in the air. If he stays on the floor, he can time his jump, he'll block your shot, but he is so aggressive.
Where he really helps is if he's playing a player that doesn't want to shoot the ball, and then he can come over the top and get the block, because then he's not close enough to make body contact.
The team feeds off of Jacob Back's aggressiveness, and he does for this team defensively. So we just knew that foul was coming. Hopefully it's just academic here, hopefully. So we'll see.
13-point lead, got it on the inbounds, and the freshman will take the walk to the other end and shoot 2 shots. Terry Hicks has had a really good ball game. And again, when you're watching a freshman, it doesn't look like a freshman. Yeah, that's a good ball game.
Yeah, he's a big young man. He's 6'5", and you see his folks over behind the Rose-Hulman bench. Just when you get a kid from, of course, Rose-Hulman don't have a lot of guys from Indiana on their roster, but we give him a good program like Fishers.
That's right.
And well coached and used to winning a lot of games, and just tell you, he's just going to do great things for us.
15-point lead off the miss by Hibbard.
When you look at a situation, and I talk about Rose-Hulman men as an embarrassment of riches, I've said that several times. You have so many bodies, and you don't have enough minutes. If this game was, 50 minutes, guys would be a little happier. I say happy just because they're getting on the floor a little more. But you have so many guys that but Hicks.
3-point basket up and good by Craig McGee, lengthens the lead to 18.
When you have a freshman like Hicks able to start as a freshman, it says big things.
Timeout on the floor by Hanover. Will take one as well. Rose-Hulman leads 73-50.
We were choosing colors, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Substitutes for Hanover as they pulled the plug and sat down those starters. So a whole new set of guys are in. Alex Westerbeck took the basketball. He'll set the offense with a drive and a crossover move and getting stuck. Nice reverse opportunity. Puts that shot up and lost it out of bounds. And Rose-Hulman will end up with the basketball.
What a big win right here for the Engineers to take their record to 2-2, and Hanover will drop to 2-2, so they'll be in a tie along with a bunch of other teams. Of course, this day you got 8 teams in action today here in the HCAC. So
David Sahatnazadi couldn't handle that one, lost the basketball. Substitutions come in for Rose-Hulman as well. Rebound, kick back in the inside, and now the rebound comes out to Zurich.
He's an animated fella, and I'm telling you, this is my first time seeing him be this animated. I like, you want guys that talk and communicate. And I tell you, I am not being funny here. I like what I see out of him.
30-second timeout, and they say, nope, let's just keep playing.
Yeah.
You're allowed to do that in college basketball. Kind of nice.
It is.
It just bought him the turnover. He
That's
didn't
right.
have to turn the ball over. Also into the ball game, for Rose-Hulman, number 25, Taylor Heil, a junior from Carterville, Illinois, Carterville High School. And we'll get ready for this one. Throwing the ball inbounds will be Max Chaplin. Gets it in. And again, still trying to work with it. David Sahatnazadi.
If he
traveled
scores,
with it.
oh man, I was going to say, if he scores, the bench will go crazy.
That's what everybody likes, David.
Yeah, and
Great
he's
guy.
A senior and been a little injured this season. So, you know, nice to see him on the court, and hopefully he'll stay healthy the rest of the year to be able to help us out.
From San Rafael, California, and St. Ignatius Prep. And he found his way clear to Indiana to play. Basket by number 22, Matt Weimer. Sahatnazadi.
Want to get a 1 degree while he's here.
Chaplin. And they'll pull it out. And David's going to get to hold this one for the victory. No, they're giving it up to Hicks.
Oh, the count's on. Okay.
And the count's on, and that will be the end of the ball game. Rose-Hulman wins a huge ball game for them, 73-57 over Hanover, and they will move their status in the HCAC up to a 2-2 record, and Hanover drops their record to 2-2 and 8 for all. Rose-Hulman improves to 5-6 for the season. As you're watching these guys go through and shake hands. And again, Rose-Hulman comes in needing a win to keep pace here in the HCAC.
Yep.
They applaud the crowd, thank their parents, mainly parents that are at this one because, of course, the students are gone for break. Rose-Hulman wins this one 73. For our post-game show, you're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Holiday gifting advice with Cardi B.
If you don't know their size, don't get them a sweater. Give them the gift that always fits. Cash.
Here comes Cardi B, here comes Cardi B. She's gonna make it rain. Turning Pepsi cash.
Want to give cash like me this holiday season? Scan your Pepsi, get a match, and give that money forward to whoever you want. Keep the Pepsi.
A to Z Construction performs free inspections and free estimates. A to Z welcomes all insurance work, specializing in all roofing systems, plus performing all other aspects of construction and remodeling. A to Z Construction is your Greater Wabash Valley roofing company. Call Shannon Combs for your free roofing inspection today. A to Z Construction, building the future together.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. It happened to me that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
So Rose-Hulman wins a huge ball game, 73-57, and the stat line for if you're going to give a player a game, it's got unbelievable in that he did. We don't have the record of his blocks, but I know he had at least 2. Right. And but the rest, unbelievable. 10 for 16 from the field, from three-point range. His free throws he's going to have to work on. He's 1 for 4. That's the only thing that you can say, well, you got to work on something. Because the rest of it, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists for your point guard. And when your point guard does that, that's just outstanding. Zarnecki with 10 rebounds, as you're looking for other stats that would really help. Rose-Hulman out-rebounded Hanover by a huge margin of 38-33. And when you say that, it's defensive rebounds. 33 Rose-Hulman, 19 for Hanover. And the shooting for Rose-Hulman in the second half was scorchingly hot. For the game, they shot 55%, 26 of 47. For Hanover, 22 of 66. They were only at 33% for the game. So the defense tuned it way up in the second half. The offense was on fire, and Rose-Hulman comes with a huge victory.
Rose-Hulman, you can see what they can do offensively when they get in the red zone, but you saw today as well what they do defensively. The bench unit in this first half set the tone defensively with their play in the middle of the first half, and boy, those guys came off the bench and really made it hard for Hanover to score. For the first time all season, Rose-Hulman holds an opponent under 60 points. They've been close to doing that in a couple of different times. Today they get the job done. You keep an opponent under 60 in college basketball, you should have a really good chance of winning that game. And Rose-Hulman, they don't have to shoot a whole lot from the outside, but they did knock down about 5 or 6 threes. And boy, that second half, Craig McGee took the game over, as you said. And that young man, when he gets rolling like that and he's hot, there's not a whole lot you can do.
The other thing you can look at this one, 12 turnovers for Rose-Hulman, 11 for Hanover. It's a very clean played ball game. Both of these teams will meet again later on this season. Rose-Hulman again raises its record to again 5-6 overall, but more importantly 2-2 in the conference. With Hanover, they dropped to 2-2 in the conference. So with that opportunity, Rose-Hulman finds itself in the upper half of the conference because of that understanding of what's going on. Scoring-wise, again, let's go down through very quickly for Hanover. Mark Albers with 17 leading Hanover. Hibbard had 12, Weimer 7, Robertson 6, Ratz 5, Hess 5, Washburn with 4, Kevin Williams with 1. For Rose-Hulman, Craig McGee again 23 points, Eli Combs with 10, Max Chaplin 8, Zarnecki with 8, Michael Lake 6, Jacob Back 5. Sam Ram off the bench with 5. More importantly, he didn't miss any 2 times, and that's a huge backup for him. Terry Hicks, very solid in how he handles the ball. 4 points, all of them off of free throws. Zach Callahan with 2, Vuk Zurich with 2, Sahatnazadi and Heil and Harris all played and did not score, but Tim Harris played 2 real quality minutes in that first half, giving some breather for the rest of Rose-Hulman. Again, Rose-Hulman raises its record to 5-6 and 2-2 in HCAC play. We've had a great time bringing you the ball game. My partner, Walt Gordon. We'll say so long, and we'll see you next time for Rose-Hulman basketball.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
This sports program is presented by authority of Wabash Valley Sports and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated in any way without prior written consent of Wabash Valley Sports.